Alright, hello! Welcome to the Daring Player Squad stream. My name's Rashi.
I'm Joyce!
And we're playing Ace Attorney Apollo Justice with bad voice dubs. Just making sure that my audio here is already set to go. Hello, Wayward. I see you in the chat. Welcome back to the channel.
Hello!
We are, we're just getting ready. I'm just drinking some water. It has been a day. We completely pulled apart the computer to clean it, and then put in a new CPU heatsink and fan because the prior one was just going off, and so now it is all nice, cool, calm, and mellow. You can barely hear it now through the headphones. Like, it's just beautiful. I love it. After this high-pitched whining, I'm just like, all right, I get it. We had a bit of a scare where the hard drives weren't being picked up, so we were like,
oh my god, did we break the computer just before we were supposed to stream?
Lose all of our progress. Oh god. But no, we were fine.
No.
It was all according to the keikakus, as the children say. Kids still say that, right? Keikaku. The weeb kids still say that, right? Anyway, today we start off.
I'm still cool.
I'm still cool. I'm hip. I'm happening. Anyway, we start off with the final chapter in the Apollo Justice. In the Apollo Justice game.
Yeah.
Called Turnabout section. So here we go.
This is as per all Ace Attorneys. This will wrap up the entire story of the entire game so far. All our previous...
Oh, come on, really? Hold on. I mean, continue, Joyce. I'm just going to double check.
All our previous court cases are going to come back to haunt us. We're going to find out why... how and why Phoenix lost his attorney
badge. Privilege.
We'll find out what's up with Trucy and her 2 dads, possibly 3 dads,
4, 5, several dads. Yeah, here we go. Oh, so for some reason it's not the PS4 controller is not functioning. Chris, do you remember?
What?
Pad up. Right. Oh, that's not right. Clear. What? What's circle pad? This circle pad?
Yes, that's circle pad.
This is circle
you
pad.
want direction pad.
Oh, okay. Directional pad.
Up.
Left. Up.
No, that's already correct.
Down. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're the same as they were just mapped before.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah.
All right. I need an XY. Pass me my DS. I got it.
My short little arms.
My stubby arms.
My stubby little arms.
Yeah. So it had an update recently. It's probably why it's all reset. So I gotta just do a quick little shoulder button left, shoulder button right.
Yeah. Button 10. Button 10.
Then it's this one's A.
Button 1.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So I press OK, and I go here, and just press. Perfect. There we go.
It just needed a little rattling in the. And that was the story of this whole case. The Mason system.
Whoa! Look at this Matrix shit right here.
Welcome to the Mason system. Oh, who's dead now?
Oh wait. Oh no! I get hella dead now.
Did Felix just die? In order to understand it myself, I had to know the story of these last 7 long years.
Is this
Oh.
Who is this? Is this? I'm assuming it's
Actually, it's I think it's
Apollo?
No, it's
Emma?
Nothing happens by chance. All is connected. Is Lemure.
Oh, the Mirror. Really?
That's a hella fucking spoiler, but...
Oh, this is... What the hell? Why are people shooting each other? I don't understand.
And now, you stand ready to begin the final chapter of this story.
Oh, I like her. Except for the fact where she falls down.
Yeah, so she was saying, in order to understand this, you have... Will the defendant be found guilty or innocent? The decision is yours.
Oh, Kristoff. This motherfucker.
This motherfucker. Yeah, but, it was like, in order to understand it, she had to understand the entire last 7 years, which includes that gunshot.
Oh, yeah.
Which includes how Phoenix lost his badge. Apollo? Look, on TV. Look!
Yeah, I'm kind of busy.
Whoa, look at that! He's the last Grand Marie, all right? Amazing! Apollo, you should be watching this!
Ow, what? What? Oh, I was writing about our last case in my journal.
Write a journal? Lawyers are supposed to write things in records, Apollo, not journals. And why now? That case was 3 months ago.
Hey, it's a long story. I did a lot, you know. I wanted to vacuum pack the feel of the moment for later. Right.
It was Megan's!
Right, now I'm wowing the crowd by figuring out how the mirror disappeared.
That's right! Uncle Valid did that illusion too!
Meekins! And then Meekin showed up! No, I'm just was it garnishing the truth, was it?
Sure.
And then it was Meekins. Circle, heart. Meekins.
But you're missing him on TV right now.
I was just getting to the good part.
Well, the good part's right here.
I suppose I should watch a little TV with her. After all, her father's expecting me to look after her while he's away. What you're now seeing is a rehearsal of the greatest magic show on Earth. Happening right here in our own very Sunshine Coliseum.
Sunshine!
The Sunshine Coliseum? Hey, that's where the Governor's concert was. Only 3 more days until the miracle happens here, right before your unbelieving eyes, you heathens. The legendary Troupe Garamari is performing for the first time in 7 years.
That's gonna be great! I'm so there! You and Daddy are coming too.
Legendary Grammaries. If Trixie's real father was still alive, he'd be on that stage performing miracles.
I've got the tickets and everything. Here's yours, Apollo.
Magic show ticket received. 5 minutes later.
Sweet. Probably Phoenix.
No, he said she was gone. He was gone, wasn't he? Oh,
I
it's
told you,
Phoenix.
he's just
I
coming
thought he was
back.
gone.
Hardly worth
Hey,
it.
have you been?
Hi there, stranger.
Not exactly the kind of greeting I'd want to hear from my own kid. Though he has been gone for a long time. How goes it, Trixie? Here, I got a present for you.
Yay! Pudding! Oh, I love pudding. Ooh, it's farm fresh.
Pudding.
Pudding.
It's so yummy.
And that is from one of Howard's animes.
That's a Howard anime right there.
And not just one pudding, but 3 whole cups. I'll have to pace myself.
Well, I'm beat. Japanese pudding is a weeboo flan. Yeah.
It is so good, though.
It's so fucking good.
So good.
Anybody who ever gets a chance to go to Japan, fucking go to a convenience store. You'll immediately be like, why is this not everywhere?
Now this is true convenience.
True convenience. True convenience.
That's right, Daddy. You're on a top secret mission. You've got to take it easy with the secrets, you know?
How right you are. So you still can't tell us what your mission is? Maybe it's time. It has something to do with you anyway. Huh? With me?
Ooh, maybe you're getting a top secret mission too. Maybe you can see one of those. Maybe you can be one of those guys. A spy.
Can I just be a defense attorney?
Nope.
Or like porn star? Or I mean, we've been talking about my elephant pants for like 3 episodes. To be honest, telling you about the mission was my whole reason for coming here today. What? Tell me. You've heard of the juris system, yes?
Has he gone to find his lover Edgeworth?
Yeah.
He should have. The jurist system?
That's right. The new legal system everyone's talking about. That hot new fad. The hot new fad that everyone's talking about. You know, being judged by a jury of your peers. Like normal people.
Have you heard of it, Apollo?
Huh? Maybe. Maybe not as many people are talking about it as I thought. Jury system, huh? Yeah, that's right. So this, as we all know, this system is based off of a very weird system where evidence, as long as it pertains to the case, can be brought up and can be presented by anybody, defense or prosecutor, or even
there's no chain of custody.
as long as it is relevant to the case, it can be produced. admitted its evidence, as well as all cases must be resolved within 3 days.
And you must have decisive evidence that is
Yeah, proofs.
unrefutable.
You
You cannot try a case on circumstantial evidence.
Yeah.
So it has to tie you physically, like directly. Anyways, so it's a broken system.
So, Daddy, what is this jurist thing?
We all need to like watch this like all of Apollo Justice and drink every time Joy says "Daddy" because it's hilarious, and it only gets more hilarious when people go like "Daddy."
So what you're saying is that you need to go through all the episodes and then supercut every time I put
Daddy? Daddy? So, Daddy? Daddy?
Daddy! And then it's me throwing in every once in a while. Daddy!
and then just make that one entire video for like 2.5 minutes of Daddy.
Yeah.
Alright. James is going, I'm not doing this.
No.
This is your hell to cut.
Well, Trucy, do you know what a jury is?
I've heard of it. Isn't that those people who sit in court in those old courtroom dramas? The ones who get to decide if a guy's innocent or guilty. Do you know Apollo?
Hello, Tados
Hello.
Maps. Welcome to the
Welcome
stream, my
in,
friend.
welcome in.
Are you Apollo Justice fan?
Are you a bad voice dub fan?
Are you a voice actor fan? Are you a voice acting fan? Because you're not gonna like it. It's all bad voice dubs.
Do you like quality?
You like quality to get out. Like, are you a weeb? Sakura-kan ikimasu. Yes, I am. that's
Girugamesh.
Girugamesh. Oh my god, guys, we're dating ourselves.
Oh
Let's stop.
god.
It's 12 people chosen from the community, right? I'm all of the above, including doing bad voice acting. Yes!
Yeah!
Good. Well,
Yeah.
they're thinking about reviving that system. They're calling it the new system, the jurist system.
No more doing whatever you like, Your Honor.
Not quite that harsh. The jurists cooperate with the judge. They help analyze the case.
Oh god,
Thanks.
Girugamesh, you recognize it?
That's just for you. Oh, and there are only 6 of them under the current proposal, right?
Wow, you know your stuff, Apollo.
Their findings directly affect the verdict. Hopefully people will start taking the courts a little more seriously now. No, they won't.
No, they still don't.
I feel like I'm on some kind of educational TV show. Starring Dr. Wright.
Right! Phoenix Wright, the excellent lawyer.
Not quite the same as Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Right now. Dr. Wright, his assistant Trucy, and mascot Apollo, the perfect team.
I like how he's.
Mascot, hey!
I love how Apollo is the mascot.
I used to read band fanfics at lunch in high school, trying to get some voice work after a few years away from it. Really?
Nice.
Nice. Hope you're
Did
doing
you
well.
are you still like trying to audition for things?
So what is the secret mission? The jurist system is my mission, more or less. Anyway, keep in mind that the new ideas like this systems are always risky.
Too true. Everyone's got an opinion and they just like to talk and nothing gets decided. Kind of like you, Apollo.
How about you shut your whore mouth? That's right. Huh? I'm not that bad, am I? In any case, we're going to give it a shot. A test, if you will.
I don't like tests.
We'll take a case as a sample and choose 6 jurists. I'll be the one helping with that process, incidentally. Helping? How? Well, for one, I'll be the chair of the jurist system simulated court committee.
Jesus.
The chair constructs the ideal situation, choosing the case, the jurist candidates, even the judge in the courtroom.
Wow, it's like you have a real job, Daddy.
I was never that good at piano, to be honest. Once a lawyer, always a lawyer, I guess. The trial's tomorrow, by the way. Don't miss it. The trial simulation, that is.
A simulation, huh? Sounds interesting.
So, what kind of case is this trial simulation about? Well, since it's the first run-through of the new system, I wanted something simple.
Good thinking. No sense wearing yourself out on something too serious.
I had someone page me. True, the case is a murder. That's not simple at all.
By simple, did you mean that the defendant is...
Guilty. Yes, most likely. So good luck, Apollo. With what? With the trial tomorrow. You're defending, of course. Recall that I said it had something to do with you.
Go for it, Apollo. It's just a test case anyways. No sweat.
I've lost all my old resources of finding them, so slow and going. Still fun, just trying to get still enjoying it at zero. So cool. I'm cool if nothing super major comes from it. I mean, yeah. I mean, like we did, like that was our stuff with streaming. We've been through streaming for 3 years, and we're just like, this is fun. It also allows us to get through a lot of games because we were sitting on like mountains of Steam games that we never touched. So
I miss the days of the old the voice acting forums, like amateur voice acting forums, where it was just like page upon page of people with like projects, and you could just throw your hat in to any one of them, and yeah, like it was definitely a gamble for sure, because a lot of those never really came to fruition. But you know what? It was still a chance. It was still a practice.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's still a verdict to be decided. And a potentially serious sentence. The most serious in a worst case scenario. Ah! You mean the verdict's for real? That's not a test trial, that's a real trial. All the forms have been filed. There's no turning back now. The trial begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. Hope you can make room in your schedule. Why am I the only one hearing about this now? Oh, yes. There was a change this morning. I picked a new case. Something that happened last night.
Seriously, Phoenix?
By the way, you're getting all these cases that I didn't tell you about, and you're not getting paid. Enjoy. Out of the industry for about 6 years, the Voice Acting Alliance was go-to, but it got nuked.
Oh god, yeah, it got absolutely nuked. It's gone.
It's just a smoldering crater.
I think there are like 2 kind of groups that are still kind of floating around. God, I can't remember what they're called anymore because I'm not on them anymore.
Hey, Apollo, I know you're all excited about that secret mission, but what about this? The Troop Grammary Grand's magic show!
Huh? Oh, right, the card tricks.
They're not just card tricks. They're grand illusions, miracles, apocalypse.
So
I don't know what you just said.
So
but...
what? You should just sped through. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So what? That's 3 whole days from now.
It's at the Sunshine Coliseum. Let's go. Let's go today. Let's say hi to Uncle Valent.
Have fun.
What? I can't go by myself. You know I'm not very outgoing.
Right.
Says this child.
Why not go with her? But what about the secret mission? Oh, don't worry about that. You'll hear all about it tomorrow. You'll hear all about it tomorrow, regardless. I don't trust that smile. He knows something that he's not telling me.
This is like 3 for 3 of Apollo's cases where he knows absolutely nothing.
You know nothing! You got 3 hours to investigate and figure it out.
Yippee! Now you can take me to the Coliseum.
I suppose it wouldn't kill me to pop over there. Oh, Grammary. That reminds me.
What is this, Daddy? Isn't that silk hat the Grammary seal?
Consider it a birthday present, Trucy.
Thanks! It's great! But... today isn't my birthday.
Good point. What day is it today, Apollo? Huh? Today? I think it's Recycle Your Plastics Day. That's a Japan reference, yeah. That it's Recycle Your Plastics present.
Yippee! So it's plastic.
I've given up trying to understand them. It's much easier that way. So what is it?
Can I open it? Can I open it, Daddy?
No.
Huh?
You'll need that envelope someday. Someday soon. Don't open it until then.
But when will I know when to open it? Well, why don't you just hold on to it until then?
Because that would be the logical thing to do.
It's a shame because I was in the running for a Batman comic fan dub as the Riddler. Transformers project as Megatron and Skyrim and a few others. Didn't expect them to really come to fruition, but it was So fun. Yeah.
I think 90% of the job now is just knowing who you know, right? Everyone has pretty much the same skill set, and some people are particularly good. But what's the word I'm looking for? In my experience, it's all about how well you get along with people over a particularly, if you're particularly skilled. Because no one wants to work on a project that doesn't want to hang out with each other, almost. Like, doesn't want to get along with each other. You find a lot of projects just, like, tank real fast when schisms happen.
Here we go. Voice Acting Club is one of the ones that is still running. Is run by Kira Buckland.
Oh. Neat.
Yeah, and she came out of the whole, like, Newgrounds Flash dubbing stuff as well. And now she's like a proper
voice actor.
Yeah.
Actress.
Proper professional, and she's still running the. It's really good in terms of, like, just mingling and, like, talking to each other, and
an envelope about the Grammarys, huh?
Yeah, that one's so cute.
All right, so what case are you going to use? You really want to know, don't you? Of course I do. I mean, I'm going to be defending, aren't I? I regret missing the start of that conversation. It sounded interesting. Oh, hi, Kitty Maverick.
Kitty Maverick.
James. Hello, Mr. Wild. I see you as well. We were just talking. Person in the chat mentioned that they were doing voice acting, and
we were mentioning that, like, back in the day when there was the Voice Acting Alliance forums before it, like, nuked itself to hell and back, and we're like. And so I was mentioning that there were still a couple of them that are floating around in the ether, and one of them is the voiceactingclub.com and Discord and forum run by Kira Buckland.
If it all goes well, then yes, of course. This is just a test. We wanted everyone to start without preconceptions. A blank slate as a. There's a difference between having a blank slate and being totally clueless. Whose dumb idea was that anyway? Well, mine. Committee chair, remember?
Yes, it is your dumb idea.
Well, if you want to know that badly, I suppose I could give you permission to examine the scene of the crime. Good! That's better. But you can't talk to anyone involved with the case. What? How am I supposed to defend?
We are on the final case. Turnabout succession.
You let me worry about the details there. Remember, I'm in charge of this trial. All of it. But you don't want it to backfire, don't you? You don't want it to backfire, do you? Apollo, if I'm in charge of the whole trial, that means the entire affair is my responsibility. For good or for bad.
Look at that frowny
Yeah.
face.
Just do what you can. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
Do you?
All right. I'd recommend going down to the detention center. Your client's waiting for you. You can ask about the scene there. But you just said I couldn't talk to anyone involved. Oh, you can talk to your client. If you can get her to talk.
Oh, well, time's a-wasting.
Yes.
Ooh, gasp.
Gasparoonies.
Gasparoonies.
Oops, that's not what I wanted. Did it?
Daddy?
So yeah, just a quick recap. Phoenix is introducing the new juris system to the Japanifornia, Japan America.
Are we still on followers only? Can I
Oh,
turn
are
that
we?
off?
Yeah, we should be able to.
Can I turn that off?
You can turn it off.
Turn that off. Okay.
Sorry about that.
But on the
Problem.
other hand, that means everybody who were followers.
Very true.
we had follower only chat for the Last of Us stream
Shoot, did I
yesterday.
mess this up? I just
What?
want to check one thing.
What?
Perfect.
It
yeah,
works.
Okay, there you go.
I know what I'm doing.
Sure you
do.
Sure you do, buddy. You know exactly what you're doing, and that you're not. You know exactly nothing. How come this button's not
What?
working? I'm trying to press back.
Do you actually have to, like,
I might have
calibrate?
to. Yeah, just give me a haptic, folks.
All
I
right.
have to reconfigure this.
Even though it says all the buttons are there.
Why'd you lie to me? You lied.
Dumb. Circle left, face buttons, directional buttons. Those have been fine, right?
Yeah, the directional buttons.
No, I mean the face buttons. I guess so. X. Triangle. Gotta.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. And then Y is square. Shoulder buttons on the bottom. Shoulder buttons. Down, 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 down. Shoulder buttons. Left button. Right button. You don't have a Z, L, and Z, R, do you?
Yeah, it's the triggers.
No, but I mean on... Oh, it's a 3DS, maybe.
Yeah. But I have never used those, so we're good. Might as well just do it right here.
Cool.
Boom, boom, boom,
Aye.
boom, 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 boom.
Okay.
Okay.
And
does that
survey
work?
says...
It doesn't work.
Does not work. Wait, I'm just noting the floating pasta in the background.
Yeah!
It's one of those,
Okay, that's fucking weird as fuck.
What?
I don't know why it won't let me go back. That is very concerning,
That's
but whatever.
unfortunate, but
We'll just
you
have
know
to use
what?
the mouse, whatever. We'll use the mouse. We'll do a live. Detention center.
Yeah, it's a food model. It's the one where it with like the magic, it makes it look like it's the magic, chopsticks that are floating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Trucy's all about her magics.
Her magics.
Her magics.
That's 20 minutes we've been waiting here. 20 minutes! You'll never unsee it, yeah.
Maybe I should complain. I'm sure that guard has better things to do than stand there pretending he doesn't see us.
You know, the minute we get angry, the client will show. It always works that way.
Like shouting, "Oh, waiter!" and then they're standing right behind you. Oh, guard! Is our client going to be much longer?
What are you talking about? Haven't you already started the meeting yet?
Huh?
What the? Oh, there she. Oh.
Eek! What?
Where did you come from? Well, anyway, please have a seat. She's just been hiding in the corner
For
since
like
20 minutes.
I am nervous, Apollo.
It's the silence. It builds suspense. Why don't you do something, Trucy? You're a magician, aren't you?
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Hat.
Oh, God, she's so cute.
I'm the amazing Mr. Hat.
Wow.
Nothing.
Stone cold.
Oh, she passed out.
She passed out.
Oh, huh. Miss Magic Underwear might have been a better bet.
That's magic panties, Apollo. Miss Magic Panties.
I don't think we can talk to her about anything.
I mean, that's why Phoenix is like, well, if you can get her to talk.
Hi. Well, I'm your defense. I really think it has to be fate, you know.
Is he trying?
And by fate, I mean destiny. Do you know I'm good with
Wow, is
astrology?
he trying to flirt with her?
Tell me, what's your sign?
What?
I can tell you mine if you'd like, Apollo.
No, never mind. I just got carried away there. I seem destined to get difficult clients, it seems. Maybe Demon Tree Man isn't the best idea. Wait, since when has Trucy had good ideas?
Demon Tree Man.
So what's your name? Oh, right. I'm supposed to introduce myself first. I'm Apollo. Apollo Justice.
And I'm Trucy Wright.
I know. This is getting nowhere fast. Hey, I know. Maybe you can tell us what happened. Well, I'm your defense attorney after all. Anything out of the ordinary happen?
Well, the other day, this tourist from out of town stopped to ask me some directions.
Later, Juicy. To ask directions here myself. Well, that was fruitless. Though I think I understand the despair a little better now.
You did good, Apollo.
What the?
Look, she's doing her nails.
What? Are nails more important than defense? Is that it? Let's go, Trucy. All right, we're not getting nowhere with it. We ain't getting nowhere with her. What?
This
Sure.
could be more
I
important.
feel like a teenager on a first date. And this is a love letter we pass from desk to desk at
Oh
school.
my god, Apollo.
Stop looking so wistful and read it, Apollo!
It's a business card with a name and address. The name is Vera Misha. The address is for Drew's studio.
Oh, there's card.
And you're giving this card because... I think it's the next lead, yeah. Well, looks like we're finished here.
Wonder if Drew's studio is the scene of the crime.
Well, let's go find out.
Anything out of the ordinary? Well, there was this one time I was arrested. That was a little bit odd.
That time I shot someone, but didn't really. Here we go, Drew's studio. Now this looks like... What? No, wow, this looks like... It looks like a studio.
Hold on, I was just trying to see where
Don't make me voice Trucy, I will.
It's like life imitating art. Or maybe it's the other way around? But the tape on the ground there, it's a bit jarring.
Yeah, looks like we found our crime scene.
Apollo! Look at all those paintings!
Hey, don't touch those!
Okay, I'm just looking.
Huh.
Huh.
It's that poofer fish.
Huh.
It's a guy. Oh, it's Momotaro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Huh?
a picture.
Apollo, look at this one.
Looks half finished. You can still see the rough sketch underneath.
But that's odd. The rough part doesn't look like the rest of the painting at all.
Yeah, good point. That is odd.
Ooh, it's a cover-up.
Drew Measham's painting added to the court records.
This is... No, I'm just I'm trying to
Well,
find
I'm gonna voice Trucy if you're not gonna voice Trucy.
Like, all the paintings have a really different style, too.
Clearly the victims were murdered by art expectations. Oh, it's
I
Emma.
thought I'd find you two here.
Emma! Long time no see.
Oh? Seems like I run into you far too often. I'll bet I know why you're here too.
You know about the trial simulation tomorrow?
I've heard about it, sure. So Mr. Wright chose you, huh?
You don't even know what the case is about.
Well, he was killed. The artist who owns the studio, that is. Mr. Drew Measham.
What's the pun on his name?
I don't know, I was trying to look that shit up!
We'll figure it out!
Misham.
And his daughter was put under arrest.
Yeah, we just saw her at the detention center.
It was funny, though. She seemed more like a victim than the kind of person who would commit a murder.
You don't say.
Yeah, I do say. She's innocent, you mother.
She's too cute to be...
You a cop?
Not even by poisoning. That's how it was done, you know. Poisoning is a common way to get the job done when the murderer is a woman.
Poisoning?
That's sexist as fuck.
But statistically, actually kind of true. Anyway, Mr. Wright told me you'd be coming. Feel free to take a look around. I'll just be over here with my snackoos.
You can't talk to anyone related to the case around. You can't talk to anyone related to the case this time around, which means we better find out as much as we can here at the scene. Else.
You know, this is very different than with Gumshoe, because Gumshoe is all like, every single time is like, you can't be here. You're on the other side.
So we found another painting behind here that I just examined.
Oh, hey! There's a painting hidden back here.
Hey, you're right.
What if it's embarrassing somehow and he didn't want anyone to see it?
Certainly seemed pleased by the possibility. It's a goose. Oh no.
Oh. Huh, it's so normal.
It's hardly something to get mad about.
Huh? What is it, Apollo?
Well, doesn't this painting look like... never mind.
Hmm?
I'd better get a professional opinion on this. Hidden painting added to the report record.
Importanto.
I bet I know why you're here too. Yeah, caught us. We're here to paint all the still life portraits. Paintings are all dry. I'm just surprised at how different these all are. But this is garbage. Must have been a work in progress. You can still see the rough sketch below. You're weird. Everyone's weird. Let's see here.
Ah, that's the victim's coffee mug.
Aha! So the poison was in here. This is my first time seeing a real poisoned mug of coffee.
I would hope so.
Poisoned coffee. Not exactly, actually.
What do you mean?
No traces of poison were found in the coffee.
Oh, what?
You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself. I am officially not on your side after all.
Bitch. Go eat your snack using it. What else do we got in here? Battle box. There's a kapu. There's the corpse sketch.
Apollo, that's where the body was.
That's the spot where Mr. Drew Meacham passed away. Put the coffee mug onto his lips, and the next moment...
Just the next moment, smash! There's quite a bit of paint on the ground.
See that half-painted painting there? He must have painted it while he was painting.
No shit.
He must have been working on that right up until the moment he died.
Wow, a true artist to the end.
Or maybe he started a year ago and was procrastinating. That sounds about right. That sounds like the...
Yeah, that sounds like what an artist ought to be doing. Okay, so I can go left and right, but I can't
Go back.
for some reason.
Strange.
Weird. I don't know why it's up like this.
Strange.
You must think it's garbage. Garbage! You can talk to her, but she won't say anything, I'm assuming. Oh, you can talk to her.
Yeah, you can... Apparently, did a lot of illustrations for books, I hear. Had a lot of female fans, too, for what it's worth.
Oh, well, I guess this stuff is kind of pretty. Like that oil painting over there, for instance.
Her painting sequels of Starry Night that can only mean one thing. The murder was Vincent. Vincent Van Gogh.
Yeah.
He's already dead. You can dig him up. We'll try him again. God damn it. Corpse just like that oil painting over there, for instance. Yeah. That wasn't one of his
There we go,
illustrations,
that's why I
actually. Huh? So it was a standalone painting or something? Is that what she means?
He was an odd bird, Misha. Hadn't shown his face to anyone until the end.
That didn't stop the Pope. Yeah, no, I think he dug up the prior Pope and held him and then accused him or something.
Yeah, something.
Something stupid.
Dig him up and put him on trial.
I don't think it was another Pope. I think it was a particular bishop.
What do you mean to anyone?
He was always locked up here in this studio, apparently. His only connection to the outside world was through the letters he put in that letterbox there.
Letterbox. Letters? Do people still write letters?
What do you mean, Apollo?
I mean, when was the last time you wrote a real letter? Don't most people use email and stuff these days?
Not Mr. Meacham. Couldn't stand technology, it seems. He did everything by mail.
Maybe he thought that was more artistic, you know?
Oh, okay, we gotta add.
Right, as neat. In any case, the only person besides him allowed it here was his daughter, Vera.
Oh, you mean the killer?
The caroler?
The caroler?
Yes, the caroler.
The well-renowned, world-class caroler.
Vera
The suspect,
Meacham,
the
of
suspect,
course.
please.
We took some fingerprints, of course. The only ones found in the room were Mr. Meacham's and Vera's, basically.
Basically.
Actually, last night, Mr. Meacham gave an interview to a reporter for the first time. It happened during the interview, apparently.
First interview ever?
Could you tell us a little bit more about what happened that night of the murder?
I like how it's like, yeah, you're not gonna be able to talk to anyone about this case. Talks to everyone about this case.
Killed him with comfort and joy, with tidings of good.
Comfort and joy, comfort and joy.
And a hot cup of poison for it. It's too early for Christmas. Guys. So this woman, Vera, she's Mr. Misham's daughter, right?
Yep, a real sickly girl. Ever since she was little, hardly ever went outside.
She did kind of give off a withdrawn sort of aura.
She was homeschooled by her father, apparently. It was quite a scene when they took her to the detention center. Oh, wow. Today is not a good day. She was screaming about how she'd die if they took her outside.
That does sound like a scene.
In the end, she agreed to leave if she was allowed her good luck charm for company.
Her good luck charm.
Apparently, she has this charm that magically gives her the courage to go outside.
Why can't I ever get a normal client? So fucking stupid.
But why would a shut-in daughter kill her own dad?
Don't look at me.
She's a stupid bitch. So about the poison, it was found to be in his coffee, right?
No, not precisely.
Not precisely. What does that mean?
It means see for yourself, I think.
Have we not looked at the mug already?
We have. Like I said, last night that was the first time. That's me voicing every female character.
Last night was the first time someone from the outside came into the studio. I guess mysterious painters who never go outside make for good articles.
And it just so happened that he died the night of his first interview?
At around 9 p.m. every night, Vera always made him a cup of coffee. Last night he drank his usual coffee and suddenly became violently ill.
And died?
And died!
And died.
She poisoned him on the night of his interview? Wouldn't the reporter see?
He wasn't near Mr. Measham when she brought her father his coffee. He was checking out some equipment in the back room.
Oh damn, I didn't even realize there were another part of the room.
You was like, I can go left and right,
Yeah,
and
I
you
didn't
scrolled
fucking
across
know.
the screen!
I didn't fucking recognize it.
You scrolled across the screen!
God. Stream's over. I'm done.
God.
Take it all down. Take down this entire studio. Take it down. This court is a sham. Court's a sham. I
This
missed
is
the
our
start.
door.
Yeah, don't
we
worry.
literally just started. We got to.
This is us trying the
You
patented
haven't. You
Phoenix.
haven't missed much.
The patented Phoenix jury system, apparently.
You missed the part where Phoenix is like, all right, Apollo, I've got a secret mission for you. You're going.
You
you're
have
going
no
in
client,
blind.
no lead, no time to prepare. Go for it. Thanks.
Yeah, that's what you missed.
Thanks a lot, Phoenix.
Thanks, Dad. Supposedly, that's why she didn't notice he was here. It was the reporter who called the police, in fact.
Wait, but why is she? Why is she the suspect? If anyone is suspicious, it's the reporter.
Yet, the reporter never got near Mr. Measham's coffee. Even Vera acknowledged that.
Regardless, I want to know more about this reporter. Bet Emma could help us out here.
Don't forget, flattery will get you everywhere with her, Apollo.
Wow, you have berry fur breasts. Damn it! Damn it! I keep fucking this up. Damn it! I mean, your buttocks is quite plump. Fuck! I have elephant pants. Have you seen them? Oh my god! Panic falls to the ground.
No! Apollo, no! Not like this! Not like this!
It only hurts the second half of the way in. I swear. Ow! Stay away from the reporter. Okay, I will.
Alright, you're done with flattery. Huh? What are you two whispering about?
Well, I have elephant pants. I mean, damn it! Like, well, I was thinking you, me, and a large steak called a penis. Apollo, calm down. I'm sorry. Very nervous. I mean, what is it we always do when we run into you at a crime scene? What is it we always do? Oh God, scientifically.
You know me too well. Okay.
Like, get out of that crotch racket. Okay, meaning we can get scientific now. I'm sorry.
Oh, I suppose. And just this once.
No, don't call me Apollo Virgin Justice. Oh, I need a break. Joyce, bring me the pop from the fridge.
Oh,
I need sugar. Give me sugar.
I'm gonna try and not die on my way to the kitchen. Oh my god.
Was it called? Let's get scientific. I wanna get scientific. People in the chat, press F if you want to get scientific. Chad, right? Virgin Apollo Justice. Yeah. I'm a total Chad. Sometimes you should have a positive attitude to get some serious gains. That's why I have a child. I have a 16-year-old child. Means I must have conceived her when I was at least 16. Whatever. And then Phoenix is about 32 at this point.
33 maybe? He's about as old as we are. So yeah, imagine having a teenage child at our age. That's basically what it is.
So you're like what, 28?
What?
No, he's
No,
33.
he's 30 something. So yeah, like if he spawned at
Spawn. Who would procreate with this man?
created with this man.
Yeah. was literally my words when I saw that happen.
33,
Like,
but doesn't look a day over 23. It's true.
That's the Asian genes kicking in.
Mm.
All right,
I
this is
mean,
back.
The scruffy hobo look is good on him. I'll say that.
He's got that Keanu longevity right there.
Bring me anything you can find suspicious, and we'll check it out.
Well,
Do
those
be
trousers-
suspicious. Do be suspicious.
Well, this trouser. I found a trouser snake. Did you want to see a trouser snake? What's a trouser snake? Oh, you'll see. It's so dumb. Sorry.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, hold on. The controls aren't working. I don't know why.
Oh no.
Why are these controls working?
Oh no.
I just need these controls to work.
What if you just go delete and new? What if you just clear
Okay,
all?
restore defaults. Clear all. No, restore defaults. Press
But
OK.
no, but that's now A, B, something. It's not the buttons.
I know. I gotta.
You gotta. Oh man. Oh jeez.
Ah,
Oh
jeez,
jeez. Oh.
Okay, directional
Oh.
pad left, right, up, down, shoulder button, L, R,
Ugh.
start, select.
And then A.
A,
Circle. You didn't configure A.
did I not?
No. Y. 8.
Alright, let's hopefully this works.
Okay.
Yep, worked. Everything's
Ah!
Alright,
This is what happens when you
Actually,
try the
can I
scientific
not-
method in Ace Attorney games.
The scientific, can we get scientific?
Let's get
I love it when you-
scientific.
I love it when you talk to me scientific like.
She blinded me with science.
Woo, with science! That's how it goes, Joyce.
I know.
Don't laugh at me, Joyce. That's how it goes.
I know.
Just saying.
Oh,
Those are the words.
those are the words that I am science.
What is
Hail science.
Examine. What else do we have in here?
Hey Emma, you wanna get scientific with me?
Oh, what's all this equipment here for? It doesn't look very artistic, really. You had everything from a lathe to a laser cutter.
Ooh,
He's an engineer.
I fucking
don't want a lathe and a laser cutter. I tried building my own lathe. I just got lazy and I haven't finished it.
Yeah, that's like 90% of the stuff in the garage right now.
I know. Looks like he was ready to work on metals and woodwork too. So his equipment's a bit old, to tell the truth. Hey, just because it's old doesn't mean it doesn't work.
Yeah. Why would a painter need all this?
From the dust, I'd say he hasn't used this stuff for years.
This corner doesn't fit with the rest of the studio.
Oh, do you think I could borrow this? I want to cut a quarter in half to make a trick coin.
That's very illegal. This is a crime scene, Trucy.
But these cost like $50 at the magic shop.
She's all looking for a sale.
I mean, to be fair, considering the skill needed to make a trick coin.
Is there anything else that we need to check here? Let's take a closer look at this desk here. Oh, what do you know?
Aha.
There's an open draw!
If you combine a laser cutter and a lathe, is it a lather cutter?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
If you combine scissors with a crowbar, it's a scrowbar. A skax if you combine it with an axe. And
sketchetty?
A sketchetty if you... We're watching The Last of Us too, and you can combine scissors and a machete to make it stronger, and we like to call it a sketchetty. A sketchetty.
It's a laser cutter.
A skookery is pretty good too. Yeah, the skax. Also with a bat with the scissors, scat. This envelope has been opened and resealed.
Ooh, I know how to do that. You take a pot of boiling water and you hold the envelope up to the steam. The glue melts and it opens. Cool, huh?
Whoever did this wasn't so delicate.
You're right. It looks like they just ripped it open and stuck it back together.
A sledge scammer.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Huh? The postmark on this letter is from 7 years ago.
Well, why would someone open a letter then seal it again? Better hang on to this. Then there's a photo of them.
Aww, it's Daddy.
So this is Drew Measham.
And this little girl must be Vera.
Yes, they took that some years ago. They look close. A happy little family.
Until you arrested his daughter.
Ah! Look, I was personally against that, okay?
She just didn't seem very suspicious, scientifically speaking.
Well, she seemed real scientific to me.
No.
Right.
Oops.
Okay. Anything else we need to pick up on? It's a pen, quill.
There should be, like, some more things.
We being detritus off this bed. What's detritus? Debris?
Just junk, yeah.
Wow, you sure know a lot, Emma.
Bold and scientific. That is my motto.
Exactly what about that was bold or scientific?
Yeah, so it's like a lot of artists will have like not a lot. Like the the really dedicated and like put together ones.
A lot of people who actually take things seriously.
will have like a brush to wipe away their eraser bits so that they don't get like
smears on their
yeah, and not smears on their hand, but the oil from their hands smeared onto the paper.
What else are we looking for right now?
There should be something in. You pan to the right and examine the drawer for the red envelope.
Yep.
Okay, so you have to present the coffee mug and present the red envelope.
Right, for scientific.
For science.
For science. So the
I want to present you something. Yes.
So, Emma, about this coffee mug.
I hope you aren't trying to grill me for information. You know I'm not talking.
Well, we were talking about a spit roast earlier, but I don't know if you were interested. I suppose you are the detective here.
Bold and scientific is actually her lingerie fashion line.
That would be amazing. I would buy that.
Oh my god.
I would buy that.
That would
for
be
myself.
fantastic.
Can you imagine me in some sexy lingerie? I can't.
Why don't you two take a look for yourselves? If you find a clue, I might not be unwilling to lend a hand.
I think she's going to help us, Apollo. Is she trying to flirt with you?
Let's check out this mug, shall we? What am I supposed to do? Talk to her about it?
Examine. Emma said, present the mug. Did you already?
Well, I didn't actually look at the mug. I need to check the mug.
You need to check the mug.
And then
Zero something blue and shiny and suspicious. Don't
Mug?
be
Does it
suspicious.
say mug on it?
It does say. What? Is
No,
it
it
mug?
says mish.
No.
It probably is mish. Yeah.
Hey, look there. That stain doesn't look so healthy, Apollo. That must be the Blue Mountain stuff we've been hearing all about. Like mountain.
Something tells me that isn't. Something tells me that even Blue Mountain coffee isn't this blue. No, this stain is probably. Better ask Emma.
There we go. That's the prompt.
Actually, what was it? There's another thing here. Oh no, never mind. Never mind. I don't remember what I wanted to do. Okay, and then after that we go.
Blue Mountain, or Mountain Blue.
Yay.
A.
There's a pale blue residue on the rim.
Yeah, that. Yes, we were just. Well, it's just a rumor. But I've heard there's a kind of coffee called Blue Mountain.
Man, if you only knew a person who was so involved with coffee that could explain to us the situation.
Too bad he's dead.
Too bad he's probably very dead, yes. I'm pretty sure it isn't actually blue, Emma.
Right. Okay, you got me.
And that's left over from my testing spray. Forensic science. I knew your hobby was behind this somehow, Emma. Not a hobby. So, what kind of science stuff were you up to? This spray? This spray. That's what. It turns blue when it touches poison.
So the poison that killed the victim was on this mug?
That's right. See? It wasn't in the coffee. The killer applied it to the rim of the mug itself. Wow, science is amazing.
It certainly is helpful. Maybe Emma'd be willing to help us out a bit more.
You try buttering her up, Apollo.
I'm
You
gonna
should
lather her.
You should butter her biscuit.
Oh, I'm gonna lather her up, butter her biscuit, lay her down, you know?
Oh no. No. Stop. Blue Ridge Coffee. Shenandoah River. Maybe.
It might be a reference to that. I don't know. There's a lot of weird references in this game. My favorite one is the Sparta reference. It's certainly worth talking to her a bit more. Well, about that poison analysis.
I was afraid you were going to ask about that. See, this solution is used to test for atroquinine. What? Atroquinine, or quinine. Either is acceptable pronunciation.
Atroquinine. Quinine.
Quinine.
Quinoa. Atroquinoa.
The deadly poison found in the autopsy.
Uh-oh, I know that spark in her eyes. She's getting excited. Better tread lightly.
It's one of the most virulent poisons, but it's absorbed into the body astonishingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion for adverse effects to show. Oh, and guess what? Research has shown.
That's fine.
According to my research,
What are you
we
doing here?
don't need to know all the gory details.
I think I get it. You just spray the stuff on something you want to test, right? Precisely. You can even find the slightest trace of even the slightest trace of poison with this. Oh, I want to try too, Emma. Pretty please. You don't have to ask twice. I already use it on everything suspicious, of course. Yay! Let's give it a whirl, Apollo.
Oh, what are you doing?
I was just seeing if I got a reaction off of you.
How's this for a reaction? Never do that again. I'm not poisonous.
Tell that to those hapless witnesses on the stand.
Let's just get down to checking for real poisons, shall we? Toxic.
You are examining fucking. You know what? Just go across the room. Side. Try the other side.
Wait a second, I'm getting some white residue off the computer screen.
Oh no.
Looking for yours?
Try it on the small table.
I did on the table. There's nothing on the table.
That table.
This
Can you-
table.
Can you maybe if you go that table that you eventually zoom in on? Can you zoom in onto that? No, like back out and then zoom onto that and then try it?
Too bad. No reaction here.
Sure, I checked out all the likely spots. Wait a second.
What is it, Apollo?
This was like we had to. Did you spray that little desk over there? Right, so we had to not find anything.
I don't think so. The spray probably can't reach that far, you know?
Let's check it out, just to be sure.
There we go.
It's covered in white residue. God, it's all over the place. It tastes so salty.
Yes.
The little one.
The tiny yes. Ooh, that just lit up like a light bulb.
Yeah. Oh. God, please don't be terrified.
No! A reaction! Apollo! Ugh! Where? Inside that cute little frame, look! Well, would you look at that? Nice going, Trucy. I'm known to work magic.
Never mind that I was the one who found it. Tiny frame added to the court record.
Oh, it's so tiny.
It's an itty bitty.
It is an itty bitty.
Why would the inside of the frame have poison on it?
It was inside the frame.
Yeah, it looks like we found the only other place that was poisoned in any case. Do we talk about it?
Have you presented the red envelope?
I have not yet. Let us talk about this red envelope. Emma, about this.
Oh, yes. Why, it's a bright red envelope.
Gongxi.
恭喜恭喜恭喜你呀！
It's Chinese New Year.
恭喜恭
Thanks
喜
for
你！
I really wish there was like a joke about that. It's like, oh, it's not New Year. It's not Chinese New Year yet. Why are you giving me red envelopes? I'd have been like, oh, hilarious.
Yeah, well, it's a Japanese game, so
Whatever. She
you
sure
know
is
that
jumping.
culturally they hate each other, right?
Someone opened this, didn't they? My lips are sealed.
Your lips are sealed. That's a first. You know what I mean? You weren't sealed. We were getting all scientific. You mean you know what's inside the envelope?
Sure. I read it after all.
Ah, you mean you were the one who ripped this open?
Ha, please.
It's a felony.
I would have steamed it open.
It's a felony to open up others. Isn't it? Yeah, it's a felony to open up people's mail.
Yeah. But she also would have done it better.
But she did sneak a peek at it. She did sneak a peek at it, apparently.
Look at that smarmy smile. Know that I have a powerful weapon on my side.
Weapon?
Yes, the use of tools. Highly specialized tools for information gathering.
Tools I wouldn't mind getting my hands on.
You try flattering her, Apollo. They say a little praise can open big doors.
You have a particularly nice butt. Damn it. Your hair's cool, like delicious, like chocolate. Wait, I like feet. Oh God. Panic. Never heard that one, but it's good advice. Let's try talking to her some more. About that envelope we found, I was wondering if you could help us out with that tool you were mentioning.
You want to know about my tool, do you?
I showed you mine. Yeah, you said you were impressed.
It's called an X-ray analyzer.
I'm sorry, anal analyzer? What?
X-ray? Like the X-rays you get at a dentist?
That's right. At least that's what I call it.
Huh?
It has a real name, but it's much more complicated. The X-ray spectralization. How am I supposed to remember all that?
So basically, it lets you see inside things, like envelopes.
And that's right. You're sharp, Trucy. But it's a bit more complicated than that. In practice, of course. Actually, to tell the truth, I'm not really sure how it works. Scientifically.
Can I try it out, Emma? Please, 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 please.
Oh, I suppose. Of course. I already checked everything out suspicious myself. She's used the word suspicious like so many times.
Don't
Holy
use
crap.
suspicious.
Don't be
use
suspicious.
Alright, let's give it a spin, Apollo.
Ow! What are you doing?
Oh, just seeing if I could see through your hair. But it's like lead.
Don't point that thing. Don't point that thing at me anymore. Point that thing at me anymore, and it might fall out.
Then I wouldn't need an X-ray machine to see through it. Because your head is just so empty.
Let's just get down to business, shall we?
Let's get down to business.
To defeat Emma.
Right, let's test it on a sample first. So, it just so happens that I have a lottery ticket here.
That should be hella illegal.
I know, right? Set the sample in the device like so.
I don't see anything.
Patience, there's no need to get all antsy. Look at the right side of the screen. That's the layer view of the envelope.
Layer view?
You've got to set it to display the outside of the envelope. Now, see? Actually, it's quicker to just have you try it. Turn that dial over there for me, will you? Oh, that's right. That's how you choose what depth you want to scan.
Hey, I got something.
See? That's how you can read the letters in the ticket inside. Cool, huh?
Except I can't read them.
Turn the dial a little more. What you have to understand is that a sheet of paper isn't really flat at all. When you zoom in that much, you see that paper is like a bunch of hills and valleys.
Wow, really?
This X-ray machine device uses a beam with a wavelength of only 0.05 microns. It breaks cards down into thin layers, so it can only show what's written on that layer.
I'm not entirely following you, but what good is it if you can't read anything?
That's why we're going on to step 2. Try rubbing the image a bit, if you would. That's right, rub it together.
The image? You mean rub the screen?
It's like basically an Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. That'll save that. There, that fixes the image on the screen. Now turn the dial again, just a little. Good. Now you can rub this image to fix it too.
Hey, I get it. We just keep doing this until we've got the whole thing.
Exactly. Not bad.
Neat. Let's do some more.
Then you will find out it is a loser.
Scratch. Is that right?
Do you finish? Okay.
Oh, big
Oh,
winner.
damn!
Big winner. Chicken dinner. Huh. And neat.
Neat. Wong. I heard a bwong.
Yeah, I heard a bwong.
I think it's for you when you complete a layer, it will bwong at you.
Oh, okay.
So you gotta scratch until it bwongs. So
What bwongs, please?
you must have missed a bwong somewhere.
Come on. Big winner. Let's go. Go. Anything else?
Keep going down. Keep going down. Yeah. There you go. A little bit more. So you can't complete that big winner.
There we go.
There you go.
Perfect.
Them.
Come on.
Come on. We already know what it is.
There we go.
Ah. Okay, let's print this one out.
It's probably a gag.
Woohoo! I'm a big winner. See? This is the true hidden power of my weapon. Neat. This giant machine.
I'm committing felony acts.
She just has this giant machine tucked away in her tiny little purse.
I commit felony acts.
But I'm the police, so you can't do anything about it. Now, let's try it on the real thing, shall we?
I'm leaking.
Oh, you're leaking. Oh, you're leaking. Oh. Oh, boo-boo, you're leaking.
Oh, with your boo-boo with your butt. My butt boo-boo.
I cannot do this with my left hand.
I got it.
You got it. You got it.
So we just gotta keep going until we find a layer that works.
You hit a layer. Okay, and then you give it a scratch. Okay, it belongs, and then you go down a little bit more until.
A couple more microns.
Yeah, until it looks like something new shows up, and then you scratch it. Gotta get those itch spots, and then it goes boing, and then you turn a little bit more. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Then a little bit more.
Come on.
Oh, there you go. Boing. Like you can go one more layer.
You have to go deeper.
You must go deeper.
Bwah. Come on.
There we go. Alright, put this out. Ooh.
Mr. Drew Mishin, I've deposited $100,000 in a designated account. Please send a receipt once you've confirmed the transfer.
Someone deposited $100,000 into Mr. Meesham's account? His paintings must be really valuable.
There's another page in there. Care to take a look?
You bet I do. If you're gonna read someone's mail, you might as well read it all.
Here it goes with the second page then.
It's pretty fun. This is the second new mechanic they introduced, right? Before it was like sound levels.
Yeah, it was the mixing board with what's his face?
With the Gaviners?
Gavineers.
Gavinanes?
The Giveners.
The Giveners?
Mm-hmm.
The Canadian spin-off group?
Mm-hmm.
The Giveners? Alright. Spin, spin, spin. Wheel of morality.
What shall we learn today?
Can't remember if that's the actual way to do it.
What?
It's Wheel of Morality. Turn, turn, turn. What should we learn today?
I guess so.
I think that's what the actual one is, but I like the
Spin, spin, spin.
yeah, spin, spin, spin. Wheel of Morality. What will we learn today? Oh, Joyce spilled some Wawa.
No, I did not. I did nothing. You can't prove it.
You've got no proof. You got no evidence. I'm innocent, I tell you. All right, let's prove it out. Sign the papers and send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. I
Need not remind you to speak a.
is to know one.
Yeah. Ooh.
Tell us
Wheel of
what-
morality. Turn, turn, turn.
Tell us what lesson we should learn.
Ah, there we go.
So, it was a letter about payment for one of his paintings?
Why all the secrecy, though? And
And what?
why was this letter the only one in here? It's 7 years old, right?
Maybe it had some special significance to him. Well, Emma?
Well, indeed.
She knows something she's not telling us. Looks like she's keeping mum about it. Mum's a wired. So, Emma, I was wondering, what's the story about this reporter that came here for a story the night of the crime?
Oh, I'm afraid I can't tell you because he's going to be a witness tomorrow, I hear.
he.
I thought so.
I'll never forget that face. But what was his name? Oh, right. Russell.
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 He's after a scoop to sell to the papers.
So a reporter comes for an interview with a painter. His first interview ever. And that night he's killed. Seems strange to you?
Really strange.
Does raise us a few questions.
I'd like to speak with this reporter if I could.
I'd like to speak with the manager, please. Well, I hears he's on the beat today, too. He said something about covering a magician.
Ah, he'll be at Sunshine Coliseum. Magician? Well, if it's not Trucy, that leaves only one other person.
It wasn't Valent Grammary by any chance, was it?
Yeah, something like that. He's got some big show lined up, I hear.
So he's out interviewing Valent Grammary. Looks like I'll be heading down to the Coliseum again sooner than I thought.
Here, I'll give you that reporter's card if you want.
Brussels card. Let's examine that. Looks interesting.
Russell.
Bruxelles. Bruxelles. Spark Brushel. Spark Brushel, freelance journalist. Top dollar for information. Oh, I know who this guy is.
I know who this jerk is.
Yeah. Okay, it's the Sunshine Coliseum. Apparently
Sunshine!
this one we'll see.
Oh, is this where we see Larry in the background?
I hope you will.
Or is it still a different one? Woohoo! This is it, Apollo! The place where magic and dreams converge.
Just a while ago, it was a place where murder and nightmares converged.
Let's go say hi to Uncle Valent.
What about the case?
Only a performer laughs like that.
The young Miss Trucy! How often I hoped we'd meet how often I'd hoped we'd meet again, only to tell myself it was an impossible dream!
Uncle Valent, how's it going? I'm glad to see you too.
Of course you are! Humility is definitely not one of his strong traits. Well, Miss Trucy, how does the day find you? If you've come to give me flowers, do it after the show, I beg you.
Actually, well, we came to wish you good luck. And congratulations on your big magic show.
Oh, but it is I who wish to congratulate you. Not everyone is so lucky as to witness miracles such as I shall perform. Yeah, you're amazing. We get the picture. The world will watch in wonderment as the magnificent illusions are reborn. Here on stage by my hand. Flip, flip.
I was waiting for it. All right, talk to the man.
The show.
Everyone's talking about the big magic show. Is it true that the Grammary Miracle is back after a 7-year absence?
Miss Trucy, I must apologize. This show and this honor should have been his.
Oh, Daddy.
My co-magician in training, Zach Grammary, if that terrible thing didn't happen.
It's okay.
Your father was a great magician, Trucy. If he were alive, then I, Valent Grammary, have been proud to stand upon the stage as his assistant.
Thanks, Uncle Valent. You know, I'm happy you're doing the show. To think we get to see the great Magnifi's illusions again.
She really is looking forward to this, isn't she? My mentor, the magnificent Grammary, is a true deity among magicians. A creator god who gave birth to magic and illusions that defied our very imaginations. He birthed her!
I was so little when I lost someone, but I still remember his shows. He did wheelings in a sports car through the air above the audience, and then sped off to outer space faster than the speed of sound.
Sound. It's like speed and sound put together. Spounds. I'm guessing that memory was a little embellished. For 7 long years, the world has been waiting for this miracle to match his. As heir to the Grammary Troop's secrets, it falls to me to provide one. And it is my God-given destiny.
All right.
God-given destiny. Yes, you nameless face who speaks for the nameless masses. How may I help you? If the world was waiting, why did you hold off for 7 long years? It appears that my lad is uninformed. Perhaps you have heard of the magic known as law, which governs our land? I have, though I'm not sure it qualifies as magic. The performance of Magnifi's miracle was impossible. A certain law prevented it for 7 years, but no more! Years? That phrase sure likes to pop up. That phrase sure likes to pop up, doesn't it? It's the statute of limitations they have, isn't it?
Pretty much. It's like the limit, a condensed version of copyright in this case.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
And why was that?
A little matter called performance rights, Miss Trucy. Hello, May.
Hello, May!
Can you tell us about these performance rights?
Magnifi's magic relied on an incredible innovative idea. A trick, if you will.
No shit.
That trick was considered his property and as such was protected by property laws. Intellectual property, maybe? Magnifi knew this and bequeathed it in his will to one person. You mean him? Yes, Miss Trucy, it was your father. Zach Gramarye and was the inheritor of the Gramarye miracle.
Daddy?
Yet, as you well know, he is gone. He disappeared suddenly 7 years ago. I think I see where this story is going. Once a person is classified missing, or for a certain period of time, they're considered legally deceased, right? In all absoluteness, those rolled-up sleeves conceal your competence well, young man. That certain period of time which you speak is 7 years.
Oh!
Yes, Miss Trucy. Though it pains me to say it, this past spring, April to be precise, was that time. Your father was legally declared deceased. The absence of a formal will, the secrets of our mightily mentor Magnifi passed on to me. This was in fact stipulated in the will by Magnifi himself.
Is that how it works, Apollo?
Yeah, it's called death in absentia. He's declared missing permanently.
Daddy?
Daddy?
Oh, Daddy.
Daddy! Examine. Let's see what's around here. There's the puppers in the corner. Puppers.
Oh. But it's not a clue.
Oh, but no poo for puppers.
No poo.
Oh god, there's the badger. Hey, that creature there. He was handing out balloons during our last case too.
He's not a creature, Apollo. Poor guy.
Oh, sorry. Was I mean somehow?
You know how hot it is inside one of those suits? He's stuck in there with only the smell of his own sweat to keep him company. On the verge of passing out, he hands out each balloon as though it were his last.
Kind of takes the fun out of seeing the blue badger.
I mean, she's not entirely wrong.
Not wrong.
Mascot suits are pretty hellish to be in, so.
I'm trying to find something.
It might not be. It might not be this game.
Yeah. Might be Dual Destinies. So what do we do next? Present shit? Present shit. Oh, are you a Brussels card? This asshole? Oh, so a journalist was here on a story? All eyes in the universe are upon my stage. All pens seek to commit to its mysterious paper.
His name was Brushel.
Brushel.
I think he remembers him.
He doesn't look too happy about it. Brushel, that cloying smell of mint when he smiles, yes.
Could you tell us more about him? What did he want?
There we go.
What did Mr. Brushels want? A man by that name called on me just now. Just now? Valent's vision is always toward tomorrow. Valent's feet step always forward. Flip, flip. That is all.
That is all. Very confusing.
I am to perform a big magic show, yes? I wanted someone to cover it. Yet, he had only ears for that. He had ears only for that incident. That incident? In any case, I requested the rapacious reporter remove himself. So a painter has died. What of it? It is but a footnote in the footlights compared to the magic of Gramarye.
Uncle Valent, did you know where the reporter went?
I recommended he visit that place popular with the penalized perpetrators. The detention center. He was a rude individual. Might I see that card? Sure.
Wow.
He would tear apart my respectability. I will tear him apart.
Wow, I didn't actually expect him to. All right.
Oh, what a jerk.
Ooh, here comes Apollo. Uncle Valent's big magic trick.
Is he going to fix the card? I'm not sure that qualifies as big magic.
What happened into the big magic.
Is it not more miraculous for it to stay ripped? Oh, he must have really not liked that journalist.
Wow.
Well, he just fucking shredded
Wow.
it. Do I
Wow,
have
he
it?
legit-
Okay, hold on. Do I have it in my? Do I have some shredded card? Oh, that's not it. Do I have a shredded card now? No, he just ripped it up.
Also, you want to present the Grammary letter that is meant for this one.
Oh.
Grammary envelope.
He's not gonna rip this one up too, is he?
No.
I was wondering if you could tell me more about this. This. Aha! Why, that bears the Grammary seal.
Uncle Valent, is something wrong?
Trucy, where did you get this?
Huh? Daddy gave it to me.
Your daddy?
No, my other daddy, Phoenix Wright.
Why now? Why would your Lord Daddy?
Lord Daddy!
Lord Daddy? That's kind of stretching the whole archaic thing a bit. Lord Daddy? This signature upon the back, do you recognize it? That belongs to none other than Zach Remery!
What? Daddy signed this?
Might I be so bold as to open it? I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that. What's in this envelope, I wonder?
Lord Daddy, the
Lord
legendary
Daddy.
Sith Lord.
Now the time has come when I must return to make my prestigitation preparations. By your leave, Miss Trucy.
Thanks, Uncle Valent.
3 days from now, make ready for a miracle.
Which
Look
is
in the
surprising.
background. Yeah, we tried to look in the background. We couldn't find anything particularly. Huh. What do you think that journalist was after? And why did Valent react like that to this envelope?
I think it's time to pay the detention center another visit.
Yeah, I guess.
Sure, let's try examining one more time.
So we examined everywhere, but nothing
Let's
else
see.
popped up as.
Sunshine call list.
That was the governor's sign last time, wasn't it? I hope nothing strange happens this time around. No, that's about it. Yeah, it's not in this one. I think it's in Dual Destinies. A hot air balloon. You hardly
Figure
see
in
those
orange?
anymore these days. It kind of reminds me of the time when I was a kid. Maybe Valent's playing the nostalgia card to drum up some interest for the show.
In Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney outside the Sunshine Coliseum, a figure in orange can be seen having a picnic with a woman. Later in this game, another figure in pink can be seen painting in the same location. Figure in orange.
Oh, here he is. Yeah, right here.
Oh, shit!
But it doesn't pop up as anything. Yeah, that's neat.
Oh!
He's here. He's just right in this little corner, but unfortunately there's no real way to examine it.
He is now a figure in pink
Painting, yeah.
painting.
All right, to the detention studio, I guess.
So in the previous one, he was
Having a picnic.
he was having a picnic.
With some chick. I think I hear what you're saying. Oh. I think I know. Oh, God, what voice should I give this guy?
Oh.
I think I know what you're saying. We're all doing it for the money. End quote. Oh, no. Looks like someone's already. Looks like someone's already meeting here.
Be that reporter?
Oh, this nerd.
Oh, this.
Oh, he looks like a brush. That's the joke. Hey there. How you doing? Who might you be? Sorry, we didn't know someone was here already.
What is this nervous tit?
I'm Apollo Justice, attorney at law. Talking about a nervous monkey. You? God, I need a different voice for this guy. So the joke is that he smells like mint and he looks like a toothbrush. The brushel. Yeah. That's the joke. Oh God, what? Can someone throw me a voice to give this guy? Because this guy's, I don't know what this guy's doing.
Brenda's just having a pregnant. No.
Your justice, you.
I don't know. He's very.
Yeah, he even
nervous
carries
character.
a toothbrush, and like.
Another feather duster.
Yeah.
Oh no.
This guy is equally. He's almost. Just by looking at him, I'm just like,
Looks like a
God.
light bulb to me.
Yeah. Mr. Spackle.
Yeah, pretty much.
He looks like a Mr. Spackle. Your justice, you. Yo, your justice, you. You know me? Do I know you? Of course I know you. stare down witnesses on the stand till they spill the beans. End quote. That's not true. What's he writing?
Are you a reporter by any chance?
Whoa, you're Trucy.
Am I famous?
Oh yeah. Trucy Wright hates carrying a bag. Puts everything she owns in her panties, end quote.
Ah, that is so not true.
Okay, he's a what's it called? He is a tabloid journalist. Just hold on to your breeches there. I'll wrap this interview up in a jiffy.
Interview?
So God, I think I know what's going on here. Guarding rooms is my life. What else could I possibly need? End quote. No, how many times do I have to tell you this? Look, I've got work to do. You deal with them.
Did you come here to interview the guard?
Oh, wait, that's a pickle. Accused wouldn't talk. Had to interview someone or go plumb crazy. In your quote.
Huh?
I'm gonna give you that list, yeah. The Jeffrey list. I should have guessed. Where are my manners? Name's Brushel, Spark Brushel. I'm not picky. Journalist just closes eyes, writes. End quote. I'm not picky. Journalist just closes eyes, writes. He just closes his eyes and writes. Is that what he's saying?
I think so.
That's a nauseatingly strong mint smell every time he. What's that nauseatingly strong mint smell every time he grins?
Like, his gums are fluorescent pink.
Ugh.
Good God.
I told you you've been interviewed by me. You don't know what thrilling is. Wild romp through crossroads of mayhem madness. I can see that. He's writing something again.
How much space does he have on that forearm? Like,
Well, he is a reporter. Maybe he knows something.
oh God,
Oh,
we're gonna have
man.
to talk to him.
We have a contender for most annoying character in
Ace Attorney?
Ace Attorney. Brendan, we need to have that in the next Ace Attorney panel. The most was it a forum, what's it called? A referendum on the most annoying character in all of Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney. Oh my God.
With Old Bag, Spark Russell,
What's his face? Oh,
Luke Ethne?
Luke Ethne.
So, Mr. Brushel, you're a journalist.
Oh, me? Let me state one thing for the record here.
Yes?
I'm the interviewer, you understand? Yeah? I'm the one asking the questions here.
You know, that's the only one that actually made sense.
For instance, you think a movie director watches movies?
Well, I think he probably does.
I'd imagine. Exactly! I knew you'd understand. Huh? Is he not saying anything?
Nothing.
No.
So, the night of the murder, who's actually...
Who, me? Let me state one thing for the record.
Yes.
I may look calm and collected, but I'm busy, real busy, always on the road. Journalist always buys one-way tickets, never looks back.
I can understand that philosophy, but...
You want to know one thing about one-way tickets? Once you use them, they're gone. All because you have to give them to the guy at the airport.
True enough. But don't they give normal tickets away too?
Exactly, see? It's the same thing.
What is?
God.
So what are we supposed to do? Just talk to him? Like,
Just talk to
I
him.
hate you.
He will say nothing, but he
You
will
need
say.
to get through it all.
So you went to do a story on Drew Measham. And he'd never had a story done about him before.
That's right. Look, let me state one thing for the record here.
What?
I'm sure you're going to want to know about my source. What tipped me off to Drew? Why in the interview why do the interview in the first place?
Well, yes.
Look, it's like, oh, I've got it. Say that this burger joint with the fabulous ketchup. You think the burger guy's going to tell me where he got it?
At the supermarket, maybe?
Exactly. See, that's what I'm talking about. I think I may have actually understood that one.
I did not understand that one.
Basically, if I have a secret ingredient to my food, I'm not going to tell you where to get that secret ingredient because I want to keep my food awesome, right?
Yeah, okay, I guess so.
If I tell you it, everyone goes to it, and that source becomes not great. Well, there's nothing I can really talk about. Nothing I can talk about, really. Walls have ears, eyes, especially glass walls with speakers. End quote. Right, I guess we'll leave then. Ah, but since you're here, might as well tell you a tidbit of news I saw, just for the heck of it.
Sure, tell us. Just for the heck of it.
I remember like it was yesterday. I'd seen a movie on a trip, and wandering into this burger place with amazing ketchup. Then an article in a tabloid caught my eye. Famous oil painting stolen by art dealer's gallery. End quote. I believe it was. An oil painting. Happens every day, right? But I thought I'd seen that painting somewhere before. A painting of a giant peach floating down a river.
Hey.
Someone stole an oil painting of a giant peach? A journalist can smell a scope. Journalists can smell scope better than boigers. End quote.
And that's all we are getting out of him. And we're gonna go back to Drew's studios
And check out that extra painting, right?
and show the painting to Emma.
Well, how'd it go? Find anything out?
Actually, there was one thing I wanted to check with you.
What's with that scary face you're making?
What's with that I know something but I'm not telling face you got going all the time, Emma? Bitch. Bitch!
Present the hidden painting.
The hidden painting.
The hidden painting.
This painting came from behind that dresser.
Ah, yes, so?
It was stolen, no?
I was hoping you would figure that out.
Do you think you could tell us a bit about this?
I suppose. It's what you. What? It is what you think. Drew Misham was a forger. A forger?
Forger?
Order.
Forger?
So, what exactly is a forger? Well, basically, it's someone who makes forgeries. Yeah. Fakes, in other words.
Going from the top of me.
Fakes?
Copies of an original.
Exact copies, so precise you can't tell them apart. Well, why not just photocopy them?
The big problem with forgeries is that people try to sell them as the real article. It's a crime, of course.
So, Drew Misham was...
A criminal? I'm afraid so.
Criminally handsome. No, he's a serious crime. He's committed a serious crime.
He received money to create elaborate forgeries to supplement his work in illustration, I guess.
I see.
Actually, that's why I brought this here in the first place.
What do you mean?
When you're trying to determine if a painting is a forgery, the rough sketch underneath is a valuable clue.
So the rough sketch is like practice for the real thing. Like doing a magic trick in front of a mirror before you go on stage.
But not in the case of forgery, not necessarily anyway. You know what the finished product is going to look like after all.
Oh, yeah, I guess you would.
That's why I brought this. I'm going to use it to see what's under the paint of the finished pieces.
I get it now.
Not that I really needed to go to such lengths, seeing as how one of the paintings was only halfway finished anyway.
Still, it'd be neat to see Mr. Measham's rough sketches. Kind of like what he was drawing when he thought no one was looking.
True. That would be interesting, and maybe valuable for our case.
You try buttering her up, Apollo. Flattery will get you everywhere, they say.
Maybe I should ask Emma to help out.
Maybe I should ask Emma out.
Help out.
Maybe I should ask out on a date. I like feet. Damn it. Apollo. Okay.
Alright, present the regular ass painting, the first one. The half finished one.
That's not it. Oh, here it is. Yeah.
Let's check it out.
Perfect. Never mind.
The
half finished painting?
Yes.
Beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop. Come on. Come on. Yeah, that's right. Get in there. In there. in all them crevices.
Aight.
Come on, get in there, yeah. Crevices, yeah. Alright. Get some paintings done.
That is not making any sense to me yet.
What is this? Like a Rorschach? I see feet! I see feet! Ah! No! I don't see feet at all. Let's see here. Alright. There's something coming up.
Alright.
Is it a tower?
Maybe.
Is it a jackal? It's a jackal!
It's in Meekins!
It's a jackal! It's Meekins! And a jackal! I'm pretty sure we see Meekins in Dual Destinies, I just don't quite remember. Yeah, what is that? Yeah, it's someone on fire. Oh, it's some dude with a guitar. Like a flaming guitar. Wait,
Gavin?
is that Gavin? No way.
Huh. Okay, let's print this out.
What? What the heck?
Wow, he really blows. The finished painting isn't anything like the rough.
Devices like mine didn't exist until recently. He probably thought he could draw any sort of thing he wanted for the rough.
What do you mean?
Well, in the past, you could only analyze the composition of a rough sketch.
Composition?
In other words, the traces of charcoal between paint and canvas. So you could tell if there had been a rough sketch, but not what it looked like.
Oh, I think I follow you. So in essence, it wouldn't matter what was underneath the finished painting.
Some pros would actually paint out a rough sketch entirely, then do a completely new painting on top of that.
So, Mr. Meesham was drawing whatever he wanted before painting over, though?
Possibly. Is there a problem with that?
Not particularly, but something about this sketch is kind of odd.
Awfully silent all of a sudden, Apollo.
You think we could check out one of these other paintings?
Sure. You like this detection stuff, don't you?
Which one next? The real one? Oh no, I guess we can just pick anyone.
I guess so. The pufferfish!
The pufferfish. So much puffering.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, pufferfish. The jig is up. And pufferfish. Let's see what's in here, I wonder. Boopy boop a dope a dope a dope. On. Right. Dope a dope a dope a dope. Oh, this is a building?
Huh? Yeah, looks like. I think it's just a. Okay, let's print this one out.
Oh, it's the.
It's fucking Eldoon's!
Eldoon's noodles, yeah. This one too.
Suspicious.
Yeah, these are all of our cases.
What's wrong, Apollo? You look so serious all of a sudden.
You think I could just look? Do you think I could just look at the last of these?
Fine by me. Knock yourself out. Yeah, the last.
That's a little bit disturbing. Someone's been painting all of our cases. That is hella weird.
Phoenix? Phoenix? You said you picked this case? Phoenix? What are you not telling me?
Why did you hook me up with a crazy feature painter?
You said this was easy! This is not easy!
This must be the cards. Yeah, a deck of cards. Or a hand. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, it's the same hand too. The aces.
Some bitch!
Wow, that's creepy.
Some bitch. Some
Damn.
bitch.
What the heck is all this?
I hesitate to ask why you're getting so excited. I don't want to know why. Are you pitching a tent here, Paul?
I'm just raging hard on right now. Oh god. Is it just hot in here?
Are you sure your device isn't leaking some sort of strange radiation?
I'm gonna leak some sort of strange radiation. Oh god. Trucy, look at these three sketches. Do you notice anything? The deck of cards, Eldune's noodles, and Gavinir's flaming stage.
There! Now you're both white as sheets. What's going on?
These sketches are the 3 cases I worked on.
What?
The murder in the poker room at the Borscht Bowl Club. The dead man pulling the noodle stand. And then the events that transpired during the Gaviners concert. Hello, Juliana! We're getting to the thick of things. Apparently some random painter has been painting all of our cases.
And then he died.
What could it mean? How could he have painted those things? And why?
That's what I want to know.
Wait, is Drew Measham your father?
Give me a break. Does that seem even remotely possible to you? Maybe. I've never heard any. I'd never even heard of any Drew Measham before. I hadn't even seen his I hadn't even seen a picture of him. Well, there were my cases, drawn on his canvas. Every single one of them.
All 3.
It couldn't have been a coincidence.
Actually, yeah, no, that is true.
Just who was this Drew Measham? And what did he have to do with me?
That is true. He's only had 3 cases.
Yeah, he's a fresh.
He is fresh meat.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, sweetie baby. Also, the pun onto the name is I drew, like me sham, like I am a sham.
Oh,
He does
Drew Sham, a sham artist.
me
Yeah.
He's because he's a forger.
I think there's Vera is like Veritas.
Vera, as in the truth.
The truth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning.
So, you're Vera, right? I'm Trucy. Trucy Wright. That's right with a W, but not right. Right?
Fucking weird.
We're on your side. You can tell us anything, please.
She speaks.
Not bad, not bad.
Can you imagine? She's
Cool.
like, can you say anything? Say anything?
Cool.
She's just like a fucking the pterodactyl noises.
Oh my god.
Like, oh, this is gonna be very interesting.
Hello.
Go! This case has gone from weird to extremely weird.
But I think you'd do better with a little smile, you know? You're so pretty. You need to sell yourself, you know?
Whoa. Is she saying this girl should smile more? Sexist. Come on, Trucy.
Indoctrinated like that already.
She's secretly a
at such young...
velociraptor. Yeah, she just leaps over the fucking over the what's it called? The defense
the witness
table
stand?
and just like rips into the prosecutor. Everyone's like,
Clever girl.
Clever girl. That's like the twist, the twist that Wright wanted. She's just like, I wonder if a jury I could prosecute a velociraptor.
2 velociraptors in a trench coat.
Yeah. Trucy, let's take it easy on her for starters. Oh, I love this. Aww.
Thank you for taking my case.
She's even got a little lion, like what are those things called? A lion overalls.
Yeah.
But it's like a person in a lion.
Is it? I don't know.
Okay, well that's a start, I guess. She goes again with the nail polish again.
That's great, really. It's so cultured.
Yeah.
Want to try?
Ooh, really?
Girls. Women. The victim, Drew Measham, was a forger, and a stolen painting was found in his studio. A life of crime, really, and maybe one that led to his death. We got time for this court.
Yeah.
This trial. Sweet. We're going into the trial.
Dun dun dun. October 8th. We never caught up in real life.
Oh, we did not. Yeah, unfortunate. Well, we will now begin the trial of Veramisha.
Is the judge okay?
Yeah, weird. Oh, it's because he's under.
His voice is all raspy and he's looking all around all nervous like.
Because it's the jury system, so.
He doesn't get the say in.
Oh, he does.
He doesn't get the final say.
Yeah, he's a bit nervous because he's part of this trial, yeah. The repercussions of today's trial will most likely be felt for a long time, and may indeed alter our legal system forever. Today is the test of this jury system, and the first step toward a new order in our courts.
Daddy's secret mission!
The judge will function like a jury,
No shit!
and it is hoped that their inclusion will help the courts to better reflect the people's will.
The jury will act like a jury. Wow, who'd have thought?
Why aren't there any jurists in the courtroom? Three closed circuit cameras watch the courtroom at all times. The jurists have access to everything that transpires. Jurists! Judge Well and Judge Cool. Now see here, Prosecutor Gavin. I was going to say that! My apologies, Head Judge. Jurists. Today, judge today's trial coolly, if you would be so kind. The jurists are unbound by the letters of the law. They don't affect the trial with evidence, but they don't affect the trial with their evidence, but their feelings. And we're about to find out just what effects they're going to have. Very well, Prosecutor Gavin. The details of your case, if you would. The victim is the painter Drew Misha. He was killed in his own studio. His coffee was poisoned. By whom, you ask? By none other than the defendant, Vera Misha. Objection! There wasn't any poison in the coffee. Someone has been doing the homework. Indeed, poison was not present in the coffee, but on the mug itself. The mug? Residue was found on the rim I've seen. The autopsy report describes the manner of our victim's death. The court accepts this as evidence. Misham's autopsy report. According to this report, the victim's death was caused by atroquinine of poison. Javier moonlights as a hair metal singer. Yeah, he does.
He does. He
well,
quite literally.
Technically, he's a rocker first, prosecutor second.
No.
Or is it the other way around?
It's the other way around.
Okay.
He is a prosecutor first, and then the
Rockstar
Rockstar thing is a side gig.
Yeah.
That just
Happens to go make him go platinum, yeah.
Yeah.
A chemical compound that does not occur naturally. Lethal dosage is a mere 0.002 milligrams. Oh, he's using metrics, I see. A touch of atroquinine in the body is a touch of the Reaper's sign. Very well, Prosecutor Gavin, you may now present your witness. I have for you today a simple man for a simple case. A man who witnessed the murder in its entirety. That journalist, no doubt. Oh god, this guy, I hate him so much.
Oh, you didn't know that. Yeah, he's legit.
He's legit, he's a rock star, yeah.
Rockstar.
The witness will state his name and occupation.
He is part of the Gaviners.
Yeah, which is like Gavin Winners.
Yes.
Together. But also accented in a funny way, because W's are pronounced in in German. Weissports, yeah. Weiss, yeah. Was. Right. Well, for starters, my name is Spock Russell. My job is lone observer of the world. In other words, a freelance journalist, right? If you don't mind, I'd like to say something here for the record. Yes, Mr. Brushel? I dislike conclusions, specifically the jumping to aspect of conclusions. Preconceptions make Pock Sandbox an endless desert waste. End note. End quote. God. Why do I feel like the art style changed all of a sudden? It's because... What's his face? Brushel is a joke. He is a joke of a human being. So, yeah, his art style is super exaggerated.
Like Mr. Sparkles.
Yeah, he looks like Mr. Sparkle. You said so yourself yesterday. Well, that's true, yes. But you must understand, I stand before you today, a man with a dream. I'm offering you my testimony in exchange for exclusive rights to this story. scoop turns Mr. Brushel into that Mr. Brushel. Let's hear your testimony then, shall we? A simple case, huh, Gavin? For me, the jury is still out.
Brushels transcends normal humans. He is an eldritch deity of journalism.
Good lord, yeah, he is. Yeah, fucking, he's just some monster.
Good God. If he is a deity,
You put a couple like pins in his. You put a couple like pins in his face, and he'll be like Pinhead. Like he'll be a what's those things called? Not necromorphs. Something Cenobites, Terabytes. I can't remember the name.
I don't know.
Joyce has never watched it because she can't watch scary movies. I visited the studio around 9 p.m. that night to do the interview. The first outside of the Altair, journalistic history made. End quote.
Atelier.
I don't fucking
Is
care.
it's French for workshop, basically.
Yeah.
Or studio, rather.
His glasses hold back his true power. They're limited. Yeah. Brushel transcends normal humans. He is an eldritch deity of the journalism. End quote.
In
His daughter brought us coffee right after we started. And you know what happened next. Star falls! End quote. No one else entered the room besides the no one entered the room besides her the whole time. I'm gonna rub my nipples there. Look at him rubbing his nips.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Ah, no.
Hey quote.
No.
Quote. Step. Now every time you see this expression, you're just gonna imagine him pinching his
No.
nipples. He just gets set up.
Why are you like this? Why are you like this?
That does sound like a simple case. Please stop pinching your nipples. I can't stop. I just fucking love rubbing my nipples.
Oh, you wanna? All right.
Unless you are the one who poisoned him. What do you say, Judge? Need I remind you the cameras are rolling today? I felt the need to be a bit dramatic. You didn't do it, did you? Me do a thing like that? Come on, that's like the newsmaker making the news. End quote. Or even contemporary witch hunt. End quote. I know, wild accusations rock courtroom. End quote.
Wow, there's a giant red pimple on his.
Rock indeed.
Prosecutor Gavin sure looks like he's having fun.
I'm so happy for him. Very well, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination, please.
Press the fourth statement. You know what happens next. Star falls. End quote. Press them.
What's this about a star falling?
Star falls, huh? It's like an old telegram. Send money over.
Zowie! You don't know? That's like a journalism code word. The important personage passes away. A star falls. Get it?
But there's no gravity in space, is there? You wouldn't think stars would really fall. Really?
Your cross-examination, please. Sure. First question. What the hell are you? I have you may begin your cross-examination. Did you do it? No.
What's it you?
Did you do it? I love it's a chief officer. It's a chief officer. Chief Wiggum's method of a cross-examination.
Interrogation.
Well, nothing seems to be wrong here, so I'll just be on my way. Did you do it? And then it's okay, Wiggum. We understand. Does it ever work? No, not really. No.
Murder says what? What?
Did you do it? That's like literally our whole method of pressing is like, did you do it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you do it? Did you do it? No. Oh, okay. Did you do it? Does this matter? Oh boy, this is good stuff. How about star breaks? Nah, let's punch. Oh, I know. Star dies. Nah, that's imagination. Of course, you could always go when Drew dies. Straight to the point. I like it. I think we need to hear more. I think we need to hear something a little bit more substantial.
Star's coffee.
You say Mr. Mishima had the coffee. You say Mr. Mishima had the coffee too. But did you actually see him drink the coffee? Of course! He who sees it wins, but he who says it wins bigger. End quote. I live in a man sees dog eat dog and writes about a world. Yet? Well, I guess I can't say I saw him drinking, really. He had one so-called sip of it. Man puts lips to mug, drinks. Man puts lips to mug, drinks, end quote. That poison is quite virulent, I hear. My stomach did a so-called somersault since I gulped down that coffee without so much as a second glance at it. Wait, maybe something's there. Some kind of so-called trick. Anybody want to venture a guess for the record? Does this guy have a pause button? Well, Mr. Justice, do you find that testimony valuable?
It is very important.
Very important.
Very important.
The victim drank his coffee, then immediately fell over. Yeah, that's very important. Oh yes. You can go to press. You can go to the press with that one. Your Honor, this is a vital piece of information. Please add it to the testimony.
You know what's wrong with it, right?
Yeah, it's because the poison takes at least 15 minutes to activate.
Yep.
And he died instantaneously.
Yep.
Very well, the witness will add this to his testimony. Vital, right? He had one tip of it. In the next moment, he was on the floor. Present the not the autopsy. The mug, right?
Yeah, the mug itself. You can check the information first if you. Tracy's
deadly
a
poison.
slow, yeah.
Slow acting poison. Yeah, that's a. Objection! You know what I have a problem. You know what I have a problem with? A particular property of the poison used. The particular property of the poison used. Atroquinine. Atroquinine. Quinine. You know what I mean? Oh, Prosecutor Gavin was quite clear about the poison. A lethal dosage of 0.02002 milligrams paralyzes the central nervous system. If you drank that, even you, Mr. Justice, would be reduced to a quivering pile of... Why are you using me as an example? Unfortunately, we weren't told everything. There was a vital omission in Prosecutor Gavin's information. An omission? Atroquinine is as virulent as he says, but that doesn't come upon indigestion. No,
Indigestion?
But that doesn't come upon ingestion, not immediately. That's because atroquinine is slow acting. Slow acting? What? According to the forensic scientist.
Oh, he calls her a forensic scientist. Oh, flattery gets you.
Hold on. You get to hear this. It's gonna be great.
One of the
Is it not even on?
No. Do that again. And then it should.
Here.
It's one of the most virulent poisons, but it's absorbed into the body astonishingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion for adverse effects to show.
If we suppose that the moment Mr. Measham sipped the coffee was when he sealed his fate, then he would still have time left. He would still have time left to enjoy his last cup of Joe.
Oh my God! Look at him.
He's a brush. He's a brush. Order! What is the meaning
Looks
of
like
this?
he's made out of clay, like
He feels
like
he made,
stop motion clay.
He kind of feels like he's made out of like pops, like something like
Yeah,
cobbled them together out of
popsicle
popsicle sticks and gum.
Oh,
He's so
Jesus.
spindly. If what the defense says is correct, why, that contradicts the entire testimony we've heard. Well, Mr. Brushel, anything to say on the record? Slow acting. Slow acting. It's slow act. It was virulent, all right. Even then, it had already begun digging his claws into the joint list.
He's working on a scoop.
Objection! It's Brushel's, ja? Herr Brushel, let's take a trip back down memory lane. Huh? The victim really died. The victim really dies the instant he took a sip. Think it's over. This is vital. You know what I think? I think that was a not so subliminal suggestion. End quote.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I admit it does cause a problem if he died when you say he died. I would be forced to say Alvitasem to my simple case. And you would be forced to take farewell. And you would be forced to say farewell in your article. Come again? As I rub my nipples. Yeah. You can't write a story based on conjecture, can you? And as the case drags on, other reporters will pick up the scent. And you'll be forced to kiss your exclusive scoop goodbye. Scoop? Scoop? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
No!
Look, just wait, just 1 second as I rub my nipples. We're waiting, out with it. Stop rubbing your nipples. I think I just recalled a so-called important
Yeah,
detail.
bet you fucking did.
A revival of recollection. End quote. A story survival.
I
End quote.
bet you did.
Attorney utterly confused. End quote. Herr Brussels, this is what is called leading the witness?
Indeed.
Indeed, that's what it's called.
It is. And this
Actually,
is not a punishable offense.
Punishable offense. Offense, gut, Gott. Mein Gott. Actually, I did notice something when I visited the studio. I heard the poison that takes its sweet time, see? But not what I've been saying for the last few minutes, apparently. Mr. Brushall, you say you noticed something that explains what happened. You bet I am. The antidote for all poisonous contradictions. End quote, you might say. Or I still have no idea what you're talking about, end quote, I might say.
I mean, playing along. All right.
I figured it out, but only after an in-depth interview. See? Thanks to my journalism skills, I know who poisoned that coffee. Order, order, order! As far as I can tell, the witness is standing by his testimony. That Mr. Misham died the instant he drank. This instant after he drank. Of course I'm standing by my testimony. And my dream exclusive rights to this story. I suppose it was too much to hope for. What was? Of course he wouldn't choose a simple case, not him. Hell.
Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix right. Who else?
Got.
Gut. Got, yeah. Hashtag Deutsch, yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm trying to spin. It's funny. From what we understand via wiki and the research done by other people, Gavin isn't actually German. He just pretends to be German. He's a German weeb. That's what I'm saying. So having a bad German accent actually kind of works. Gut, Gott. Achtung, Herr Bruschel. Report for us if you would. What is it that you noticed? Yeah, was. I think what? What is, yeah. This court is a critical trial of the juris system. I'm afraid no room for doubt is permissible. You will testify to the court about what you noticed. Bitch. Stop rubbing your nipples! Okay, take that, man.
Oh.
When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Mitchum was at a desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. I thought nothing of it at the time, of course. Now that I think about it, what if he was writing a suicide note? I could rub my nipples all out. I could rub my nipples just thinking about it.
I will just.
He's just rubbing his nipples! Don't kink shame! Joyce kink shames nipple deficiency. End quote. Joyce gets hot and heavy about nipple pinching. End quote.
Someone stop him! Stop him!
A suicide note? Yes, he had this look on his face. Man's face inscrutable as a quadratic equation. End quote.
A suicide? Oh, poor Mr. Measham. Come here, my baby.
Oh yeah, here's Georgie, our cat. Oh, one of two cats. This is George.
But that means Vera's innocent.
Purring.
Not yet. Would someone commit? Oh, sorry.
Would someone commit suicide in the middle of an interview?
Oh,
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination.
okay. Come here, child.
So we
Yes.
have we have to get details on the letter, right?
Yes. So you want to press them on number 2?
He quickly sealed an envelope, right? That's... So he put the letter away when he saw you. Early reporter gets the worm. End quote. That's my secret. I'm not sure I follow. It's the night of the interview. I arrive 15 minutes ahead of schedule. The handle turns and the door opens and I barge in. Are you sure that's okay to do? I mean, isn't that unlawful entry, really? Mr. Measham sure seemed to think so. You should have seen him. He crammed his letter into that yellow envelope so fast, as fast as he could. That's weird. I know a secret when I spot one, and that was one. It does seem significant. Well, Mr. Justice, I wonder. It does have a ring of some importance.
Add to testimony.
Who is this man, and is he related to Meekins? God, I hope not. Meekins is so much better. The defense finds this testimony vital, Your Honor. Very well, please add it to your Please add it to the testimony later. Hey, why not? My account comes free of charge.
A true journalist pulls a B&E every Tuesday.
A true journalist pulls a B&E every day. End quote.
End quote.
End quote. End quote. There's a yellow envelope, and I heard it was left at the crime scene.
A yellow envelope, huh?
But we don't have it. Should I
No.
press this?
This is a contradiction.
Yeah, but... So you get some Georgie ASMR. He has a very large and passionate purr, and I love it. Don't you? And then we're gonna make it reverberate. Alright, cool.
Alright, I've bothered my child enough.
Yes, for a child, George.
Yeah.
Oh, is Fred still in the bedroom?
Fred?
No, he's still in the bedroom.
Okay, he's
Fred likes
still-
to sleep in the bedroom when we're there. He just likes to sleep in the bed.
We have two fur children.
Yes.
This one is George, and then the other one is Fred.
They're both gingers.
They're exactly named for what you.
Yeah, they're exactly named for exactly what you think they're named for. Right, there's a
Beef.
Yes.
So we know it's a contradiction because this is the only envelope found at the crime scene.
Yes.
Yeah. So it just so happens there was a single letter in a desk drawer at the scene. In a red envelope! What?
Whoa.
Oh, good lord. I think Earthworm Jim and some weird fucking eldritch horror mixed together.
I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Prosecutor Gavin!
Say. Eldritch
Yes.
horror god of
Yes.
journalism.
Was a yellow envelope found at the scene of the crime? Unfortunately, no. But halfway. It's easy to mistake the cut of an envelope. I guess, but not this envelope. You see, it was postmarked already, 7 years ago. Well, Mr. Brushel, I can explain that. Drew, right? He wanted to get that letter in an envelope pronto. Get it out of sight of my beady eyes here, right? So he grabbed the nearest envelope and grabbed away.
Hello, Paul.
Hello, Paul.
Welcome in.
Welcome. And what about the whole red and yellow envelope contradiction, chump? Well, Mr. Justice, have you anything to say to the... Do you have anything to say to the witness's claim? That night, the victim put a letter he had been writing in a red envelope. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
There's no other envelope. That's impossible. Ah, I like your expression. So full of confidence. It's simple, really. As it just so happens, the defense team investigated the contents of this envelope. With, the assistance of a forensic scientist. But... Note that this letter is addressed to Drew Misham. No? Why would he address a letter to himself? Let alone send a suicide note to himself? I've been scooped! Oh my god, he is just so dopey.
Oh my god.
Someone get him out of this court and give him a sandwich! Someone get this kid a sandwich! Order! Mr. Brushel, can you explain this to the court? Oh, my. How could I have forgotten? I suppose this happens to the best of us. Reporter gets old, forgets lots. End quote. I'm still waiting for an explanation, Mr. Brushel. Well, that's the thing, see? After he put his letter in the envelope, Mr. Misham sat there searching his desk drawer for something. His desk drawer? Yes, a stamp. A so-called postage stamp. End quote. Oh, I know where this is going. A stamp? Whatever for? Well, to mail his letter. What else? And then, why, yes, I think I saw him put it in his letterbox. Yes, it was a yellow envelope, and he put it in the box. But well, apparently this yellow. Oh, that's weird. It skipped by itself. Just think if that were a suicide note. What a story. Star writes suicide note in front of reporter. False.
Yeah.
End quote. Here, as I was saying, that has nothing to do with the case. That said... Yes, Your Honor? It makes me wonder about the contents of that red envelope. Ah, right, so this is the money transfer. And then the request to send
Keep
it.
mum.
Yeah. 100,000 is quite a good deal of money. So this was from 7 years ago, yeah? So, am I finished here? Am I finished? Here, I mean? Am I finished here? I was thinking of, going home to start writing. Everyone's like, everyone's looking at him all weird. I hate to state what should be pretty obvious to anyone, but when you catch the scent of a story, you make that rather unique face. Oh, come on! My nipples are so hard right now. Attorney has active imagination, little else. End quote. Even I noticed something and my eyes aren't what they used to be. I'm starting to understand what all this perceiving stuff is about.
As his eyes go.
Judge has active imagination. End quote. Everyone's got into the end quote thing. Oh god.
Oh no.
Please continue with your testimony. Tell us about the scent of a story. Hey, I'm the one asking the questions here. Usually.
I cannot believe that he would.
God,
He's so gross. Oh my god, he's so gross.
Naturally, it took a bit of work to get the thumbs up on the interview. Reporter leveraged his story to get his interview. End quote. The story concerned a certain case from 7 years ago. The red envelope probably had something to do with it. Say what you will, but Drew's talent was without compare. So you threatened to go to the press with this story. That's how you got your interview? Blackmail? I'm beginning to understand the appeal of looking at things, says Judge. Judge EC, colorized. Oh, jeez. Hell yeah! I mean, no! I wasn't exactly. It wasn't exactly black. I mean, it wasn't exactly black. I mean, not something wrong, Mr. Brushel. Look, my nipples are hard right now. Okay, this is my story, my tidbit and nipples. Journalist's info is livelihood. End quote. See.
I have to live with this. I have to live with this.
Joyce is just getting real queasy, getting real anxious about the nipple play.
Oh no.
While you have me chatting away in here, what's going on out there? What if some Wally Wordsworth or Sally Scooper gets wind of my story? And these thick nips! They could be going to press while I'm going to waste.
If Arash doesn't make it to the team stream tomorrow, know that I murdered him.
I blame it on my hard nips. The court feels your pain, Mr. Brushel. Mr. Justice, let's pick up the pace. A certain case 7 years ago. Wait, 7 years ago?
Huh?
The scent of a story. Actually, it took a bit of work to get the thumbs up on the interview. Oh, here we go. I already actually read this.
Yes.
Reporter leverages the story.
So what you need to do is press on the 4th.
Yeah, the red envelope probably had something to do with it. But our perception is up actually right now. The perception thing is up.
You are not perceiving anything.
Hello! Okay, welcome back to the
in.
stream.
Hi.
We are now at the final case. We're on our first trial with Mr. Brushel, who I'm making as deplorable as possible.
It's only day 1 of the end.
On the one hand, we have your story. On the other hand, this letter. What makes you think the two are related? No, I was just saying it was possible. My nips are just so hard right now. Call it reporter's intuition. End quote. Hey, I say a lot of things. You're gonna pick all of them apart? Be my guest. All of them? No, just the incredibly suspicious ones. Bro sucks, yeah. The most uneasily unsettling character to look at in Ace Attorney. I see. Anything else to add about Mr. Mission? Anything else to add about Mr. Mission? Yeah. Say what you will, but Drew's talent was without compare. Yeah.
The 4th one.
This is the 4th one.
Really about nothing left in the studio after he died?
Nope.
Oh, wait.
You're way far ahead. No, it should be the story about 7 years ago. What about that story 7 years ago? A certain case 7 years ago. Tell us what case? Uh-oh. Here we go. Let me say one thing, Mr. Attorney, and you can quote me on this. I cannot talk about that case. Why not? It's about journalistic pride and staunchness and credibility and connections and hard nipples. Journalists reveal.
I did accidentally skip one.
Journalists reveal sources only over. Journalists reveal sources only over his dead body. End quote. So what will it be? Gonna strangle me? Dead men don't tell tales, Mr. Attorney. Sounds pretty determined not to talk.
Huh. Our chances of breaking his will aren't looking very good.
What clusterfuck have I walked into? Brushels.
Brussels.
He's a freelance journalist.
Yes.
He's a tabloid journalist, essentially. He just makes up random buzzwords. Synergy, murder, sexual innuendo. Was the moon landing fake? Is Tutankhamun still banging girls? Was Cleopatra really a man? I don't know, something still like that. Yeah, and then
Next one.
the red envelope.
Next one.
Say what you will, but with the talent without good compare.
Yeah, so, perceive on that one.
No. Just how amazing was Mr. Misham's talent?
I have not had enough coffee for this.
Huh? Ooh! Hooey! Boy, I mean, hey! Oh god, should I give him Mr. Poopy Butthole voice?
You can.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
What is not going to kill your voice?
Hooey! I mean, hey, it's a star, man, it's a star! No, I like that one. The flow of his brush is like a great undulating river across the canvas. Artist paints light up studio like sun. End quote. Why does he have a toothbrush? Because his name is Spark Brushel. He is literally styled after a toothbrush. He is super thin and lanky with a giant brush tip. And apparently he uses his brush to both clean his teeth, clean his tongue, and wipe his glasses. He is a disgusting human being.
Both boys are
Oh, they are. Cute. Are you gonna try and bring Fred into the frame? Fred, come here. He just came up from his nap. His 18-hour nap. He's a giant chunk monster. Here, let me show you how big this child is. I am 5'11", and this cat is this big on me. Look at this chunk monster.
Grab the other one.
Oh, please. I like to show off my cats whenever I can because they're huge and fluffy and cute.
Yes.
No! He's done, okay. Hold on, buddy. Yeah, they're really fluffy. Like super fluffy. Alright, back to the nightmare. Artist paints light up studio like sun.
That was our much needed kitten break.
Usually when I play games and you see like Fred or George come at me and I'm like quiet and focusing, it's because I'm getting anxious. I don't know how they sense it. They just sense like the minor like anxiety. It's not crippling anxiety. They just sense that I'm just like frustrated.
Ah, you are in distress.
Yeah, you are in distress, father. Here, allow me to sing you a song of my people in purring fashion. Yeah. Fred's purr is like a broken motorboat, and George is a very loud motorboat. This guy is full of wacky gestures, but that one just now was wackier than usual.
He looks kind of nervous to me, Apollo.
Definitely. I'm sensing something different than before here.
Aha, that's your cue too.
Maybe it's time to bring out you know what? My giant whale penis.
Good luck mode.
That testimony left a bad taste in my mouth.
We just need a stream of cats. One day we'll set up a little, we'll set up a stream or something where
Like a
like
cat cam?
a cat pen or something. Not a pen, but like we'll put a cat cam somewhere. And then we'll put it part of our like reward system because we still haven't really done anything with it. So I really kind of wanted to figure that out. Anyway, it all makes sense. Nothing jumps out as ridiculous.
I wonder what this story he's talking about is. Must have been good to get an interview with a famous recluse like that.
Something powerful enough to drag Drew Misham out of hiding. I wonder, maybe it had something to do with Mr. Misham's art.
Your cat does the same thing. She's hyper aware of anxieties and she senses when upset. Knows a man to be held and then just ploppers. Yeah.
Either I'm
Yeah.
anxious playing games or I'm about to settle down and sleep. George will usually come sides. Like I'll sleep sideways or sleep like this. He'll always come here or here. And Fred will always like try to find a nook in my feet, which I want him to stop doing because I kick at night. I would like him to come up to sleep
You
by
got
my
it the other
arm.
way around.
I'm
It's
sorry.
George that goes to your feet. Fred that like tries to suffocate you.
Yeah.
With love.
With love. Nothing but love and affection. Let's see here.
Perceive. What you will. Can't be anything wrong with that. Cruise Town. Compare.
Let's see it. Maybe he touches his eyebrow.
Cruise Town.
Where is he?
Oh, down. You missed it.
Nipples? No. Is it nipples? Please tell me it's his nipples.
It's close.
Where is his chest? Oh, he sweats. Okay. Gotcha.
He's got his really sweaty nipples.
Sweat much, Mr. Brushel? Yeah, well, a man can't help his glands, you know. It's more than that. When Mr. Misham's talent was mentioned, you suddenly began to sweat buckets. Ow, my nipples! You're hiding something about his talent. What? That's ridiculous! Evidence time. Let's show where Mr. Misham's true talent lay. It just so happens I have evidence showing the talent mentioned in the letter, and that's the,
Hidden painting.
The hidden painting?
Yes.
Baduch. This painting was found in Mr. Misham's studio. There are two problems with this painting. The first one is it wasn't painted by Mr. Misham. The second one is that there was another painting in the studio, which looked exactly like this one, except it was only half done. Then we have the letter discussing a payment of $100,000, which suggests a certain business operation. The business of making forgeries. Eldritch horror voices.
Definitely Eldritch horror right there.
Oh god, is he dead?
Gizmo's the most loving and cuddle-driven cat. Usually demands that I use her as a pillow earlier today. Aww. Yeah. I love cuddly cats.
That is all, Your Honor.
Last time I was sick, Tiger Lily picked up her favorite toy, tucked it in bed with me, and then stood guard. Oh.
Cattail?
Oh,
Cattail.
yeah.
George and Fred and George will like to bring their toys to the room, like the bedroom door, and just leave it there. And sometimes they'll take their collars, even though they hate them, and just leave the collar there, and then come into bed. Like, what? Like, what? And then and sometimes they're large toys too, like sticks this big with the fluffy bits at the end. They'll just drag the whole thing across the house, set it down in front of the door, get inside, and just be like, yeah. So it's 4 a.m. No, nothing that crazy. Usually it's like 11 or bright in the morning, like 7 or 8 o'clock. Yeah.
My toy is here. Now play with me.
Everyone, please, everyone. Can we keep this private, please? This is my story, my scoop, my nipples. Forgery. Like hard nipples. That's a serious crime. Drew Misham is known as an artist these days, but there were rumors that he dabbled in another kind of art until a few years back. Another art meaning forgery. Drew Misham was talented, all right. Talented at making precise, detailed fakes. The fact that certain criminal elements were quick to discover. Criminal elements? What? You can't seriously be talking about. Exactly. I was talking about forging evidence. Oh. The rumors started circulating 7 years ago. 7 years ago? So are we to understand that this letter, this payment of $100,000 was for exactly forged evidence that's tidy profit? End quote. Order! Why, it's like our victim was living a double life. Aha! Here's my chance. So the victim had ties to the criminal world, right? He could have had plenty of enemies we know nothing about. Objection! This is my first time hearing of this criminal world. We understand We certainly found no criminal connections when we conducted our investigation. But how do you explain all this money? You have to admit there's a possibility of some illegal activity here. But there's no proof tying this letter to our case. Our case was and remains simple from the beginning. Only the defendant could have poisoned the mug that night. And you, of course. Hey! The only thing I poison is my pen when I'm writing reviews. Mr. Brushel, your testimony to this point has been quite unreliable. It doesn't speak well of your reporting acumen. What are you talking about? My journalism is rock solid. Journalism so solid you could stand an elephant on it. End quote.
Oh, God.
In any case, let's hear a summarized recap of your testimony. If we can ascertain the situation in that studio from the recap, the trial is over.
Apollo? What is he talking about?
Gavin is pretty. Apollo's amazing. Yeah, I like Apollo. He's some young buck trying to make his way in the lawyer in the business.
I also like that Gizmo chose her own father.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened with our kids too.
So let me be quick with you the story. We had the litter that we got Fred and George from was a friend of ours, and initially we had gone in expecting to pick up one of the cats, and my personal preference was the calico cat because I like the fact that they're very unique. But funnily enough, the owner of the litter wanted to keep him, so I looked at Joyce and I was just like, if you want that cat, I will fight him for it. I will
end this friendship.
I will fight him for it. I will break friendships for it if you want this cat. And no, that wasn't the case. Joyce ended up naming Fred,
yes.
Ghost of Fred, previously named Sepia,
yes.
And she fell in love with him. And so when we got there, before that, we were also talking about having two cats because myself and Joyce,
all over.
Yeah, that's cat fur right there. My friend, myself and Joyce work 9 to 5s abroad, like not abroad, like outside of the house.
Abroad, wow.
So like the cats would be alone for like 8 hours a day. So we thought, oh, maybe if we bring 2 of them, should be fine, right? But we were like, oh, 2 cats. Anyway, long story short, I started picking up the cats because I wanted.
There were 8 of them.
They're like cute little kittens, no bigger than my fist at that moment. And all of them would just cry every time I put them in my hand. They would cry and walk away, cry, and just won't leave. Except when I picked up George. I picked up George and I put him in my hand and I cupped him like this, like all the rest of the cats. And instead of crying, he pooled into my hand and just slept. And then I looked at it. I had girded myself. We're only gonna get 1 cat. But then he pulled into my hands. I looked and he just slept. This beautiful little orange cappuccino kitty pumpkin spice cat, and I was just like, 2 cats. And yeah, he was the last one to be taken from the litter. He hadn't been claimed yet, so I was like, you know what? Fuck it, why not? Yeah, that's how Georgie came to be. Yes, you're my boy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like to think that they kind of play favorites. George tends to like to stick around with me. Fred likes to stick around with Joyce. But yeah,
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah. I love Georgie. He melted my stone cold resolve with one simple act of cuteness. Anyway,
he knows that and he's weaponized it ever since.
He's weaponized it ever since. Yeah.
Weaponized cuteness.
Pumpkin spice cat.
Yeah. He's a pumpkin spice cappuccino kitty. Anyway, the cross-examination showed Mr. Brushel didn't have any reason or means to poison him. As long as there's no other suspects, then the killer had to be Vera. That's what. This next testimony is our last chance. Mr. Brushel, your testimony, please.
This will end your suffering tonight.
Yeah. The only other person in the studio that night was the defendant. It was Vera who poured the coffee. She's admitted as much herself. The only thing that touched Drew's lips during that interview was that mug, and nothing left that studio after he died. Nothing. Clearly, the only one who could have poisoned him was his daughter. So what's wrong with his testimony? A nice testimony. Clear, succinct, and without room for doubt. Aw, shucks. You really think so? I believe this clarifies the situation that night. Very well, Mr. Justice, you may begin your final cross-examination.
Right. I still have one trump card left to play, and I won't let this trial end until I use it.
Our fur baby has become a super picky eater. Oh. What? Well, our cats get fed a raw food diet. They are spoiled. They get better food than we do. Duck, chicken, bison.
They don't like.
Bison beef. I'm just saying, bison
Yeah.
beef, duck, like all those things, like a variety of them. They will not eat red meat. They will not eat
They don't like beef.
beef or
They don't like
bison
veal. They don't
or
like.
veal.
They don't like rabbit.
Yeah, apparently they don't like rabbit. But
So
yeah, so they're picky eaters. They're spoiled, and then they have the gall to be picky.
but I mean, they're picky about like the cheaper meats.
Mm-hmm.
They like their chicken and turkey.
Yeah, and then Fred is just like, I will take kibble over raw meat any day, and I'm like, really? Come on, dude. We want to feed her raw food, but she's a
slut for carbs.
Yeah, Fred is a slut for carbs. He's the one that like
He will
take loaves of bread.
He will take loaves of bread.
Yeah, we have to hide our bread.
Hello, Wayward. Welcome back.
Welcome back. We're getting to the last cross-examination for this case, for this trial. This day of the trial.
Yes.
Okay.
So you want to press on the fourth one where it says nothing left in that studio after he died.
Not one thing? Are you sure?
Yep, sure can be. Well, with one exception.
That letter.
One exception? What? Journalist Spark Bushel does interview. Leave studio. End quote.
Oh, Gizmo loves muffins and cookies. This is amazing.
Come on! It's a joke, get it? Not funny, I know, but still.
Something leave the studio that night? Why does that sound familiar? Where have I heard something like that before?
The letter in the mailbox.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we've proven our witness is a comedian of sorts, I'd like to turn to our defense attorney before returning to the testimony. Do you have any idea what, if anything, might have left the studio that night? Just one thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is, let me bring up the mail.
Yes.
I think
Present
one
the
thing might
letterbox.
have very well have left the studio that night, actually. A certain something that has vanished from the crime scene.
By which you mean something other than our witness?
Of course, no. Of course. Don't tell me. Their mission? Believe me, any comic relief I may provide is entirely unintentional.
Then let's see what you've got for us, Mr. Justice.
Well, the thing wasn't at the crime. This thing wasn't at the scene of the crime, so I can't show it to you. But I do have evidence that shows it could have been taken from the scene.
And that is the mailbox. Yeah, the letter that he had witnessed go into the mailbox.
This is the only link between the studio and the outside world.
A letterbox?
What did Mr. Brushel just tell us? When he entered the studio on the night of the murder, the victim had just finished writing a letter.
Yeah, I said that, and yeah, it was true.
Furthermore, you went on to tell us that he put the letter in a yellow envelope and put it in the letterbox.
Oh,
Well, the very same letterbox was empty. In other words, that night the yellow envelope disappeared. Ah, yes, intriguing. So an envelope has disappeared from the scene of the crime. Of course, this changes nothing. Huh?
he has a point, Mr. Justice. What we're trying to figure out here is how the poison got into Mr. Misha. Is it really important that this envelope the witness says he saw disappear?
Well, if it did disappear, then something did leave the studio that night. That seems very important to me.
Very well, then the witness shall add this to his testimony. You got it.
I still think this fails to change anything here for it. I wouldn't be so sure. A letter disappeared from the crime scene that night. This is exactly the opening I've been looking for.
So, I think it matters because of evidence. The stamp, right?
Ignore this statement and press and go back to the third statement.
Oh fuck, sorry.
And press the one where it says the only thing that that touched Drew's lips during that interview was that mug.
Yeah. Because if he licked a stamp...
Third one. Yes.
Yeah, he licked a stamp. He must have licked a stamp. 'Cause he said
Yes,
so.
he licked a stamp.
Press-
Send a letter. Which he did.
You're sure about that?
Just
Well, to
before
be
being...
really, really precise, I was busy gobbling mint candies the whole time.
Ugh.
One of those candies might have been poison.
Yet
At the time of the autopsy, no fresh fragrance of mint fills the room, and no mint residue was found.
long shot anyway. I need to know Brushell's first name because it's bound to be Spark. His name is Spark Brushell, like Sparkle Brush.
Don't tell me you're still trying to prove this. You think the victim ate, drank, or otherwise ingested something other than coffee?
Well, Mr. Justice, is there proof?
The possibility is there, I can feel it. Just maybe not prove it, not yet. And possibility isn't gonna cut it, not now. Mr. Measham ingested that poison via a root other than coffee, and I can prove it.
Yes.
The proof is possible. Here goes nothing.
There you go, rocking it out. Just the one cup. Dark Dashing. Hello, Dark Dashing. Welcome, welcome. I see you were in the chat for a while, but you didn't speak out. But,
Hello, welcome in.
Feel free to chime in there whenever you want.
Do you understand what we need, yeah? Proof, Herr Forehead, not possibilities. Of course. And Prosecutor Gavin, I hope you understand. I'm ready to give you that proof.
The first cup was poison. The poison would have taken effect about the time you started your third cup. True. But it's only been proven that the cup was poisoned at the moment of serving. Like there wasn't any prior cups. And the poison acts within a 15-minute time range. The truth is actually a little bit more convoluted, but but plausible. And we're about to show you right now. Hold on.
What did you say? I have proof of the disappearing envelope. I saw him writing a letter, I did.
Which was picked up by a mailman, I assume.
Of course. Which means that envelope had a stamp on it.
A stamp?
Oh! As we all know, stamps come with dried glue on the back. In order to use the glue, you have to wet it. So, by licking, you have to wet it. So, by licking the stamp, no one was talking to actually lick stamps in this day and age. If you, even if you wanted to talk to him, you couldn't. He's dead after all.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah,
so he
you
licks the
could
stamp.
talk to him if he's dead, but
I mean, that was Phoenix Wright first few games.
Okay, so he licks the stamp. But wait, how does that explain the actual grinding onto the rim of his coffee cup? If he licked the back of the poison stamp, the poison would get on his tongue, yes? What would happen if he put the coffee mug to his mouth?
Yeah, and that explains the imprint on the coffee mug.
Those traces on the mug weren't the killer's doing, it was the other way around.
What?
The coffee mug didn't poison Mr. Measham. Mr. Measham poisoned the coffee mug himself.
Valid. But now we have to prove that the stamp was poisoned.
Order.
But that doesn't.
Does it? Recall if you would. Atroquinine is a slow-acting poison, yes? The poison entered his body when he put the stamp on that envelope. But his time wasn't up until the very moment he touched his lips to the cup of Joe.
I found a job in Vancouver that I'm qualified for. Whether or not I can get the job, who knows? I imagine they won't hire me because the borders are closed. But I'm going to apply anyway. Oh, cool.
ooh, nice.
I know you'll probably have a better chance of getting a job in Canada because the U.S. is the one that is shutting down a lot of work visas, because Trump is anti-immigration. So if you are a low-paid work, I don't know. I don't want to get into it. But yes, you should be. It's easier to get into Canada with a work permit. But yes, you should come over.
Yes.
We will meet up. We will have funsies.
That'd be cool.
I will rub my nipples.
God, no.
Brushel. Sorry. I will rub my nipples. Yeah. See here. Oh, you have something to add, Mr. Brushel.
Oh no, his nose is picking up another scent. As I believe I mentioned earlier. Well, that's the thing, see? After he put his letter in the envelope, Mr. Meacham sat there searching his desk drawer for something. Yes, a stamp! A so-called postage stamp, end quote. But you know, I don't seem to remember him ever finding one. Maybe he'd just run out.
No nipples.
Incidentally,
not the
they
nipples.
searched the desk drawer at the scene of the crime. There were no stamps, not a single one. We can prove that there was a stamp. That does pose a problem. How will you prove that the stamp was coated with poison? Actually, I'm glad no other stamps were found. It makes proving the stamp he used was poison possible. Executive assistant for a position for Amazon? What is an exec position in Amazon? Are we talking about like service, like service, or like are you on the floor, or are you doing management? Amazon and a lot of other companies tend to put ridiculous sounding names to positions. Like you're a sandwich artist in
Sandwich artisan.
yeah, you're a
In
sandwich
Safeway.
artist in Safeway, and what is it called? You're
Sorry, deli artisan.
yeah, and then in like Amazon, if you work the floor, you're called like a transfer floor assistant or something, or
I don't know.
something like that. Good show. You can't even prove there was a stamp at the scene in the first place. Well, let's hear what the defense has to say anyway. Where's your evidence that proves the existence of this poison stamped letter?
No, not the letter. The little, this one, tiny frame.
Frame measures 2 inches.
Because it has the poison in it. And it's
It doesn't
small.
prove
It's-
the existence. That could be any photo.
Hold on.
But in the red envelope, if you check the red envelope, the 2-second sheet says,
I use the.
yeah, sign the paper and set it in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. I need not remind you. So, am I right?
Hold on, let me just double check.
Okay. No, Prosecutor Gavin? I think our beloved attorney has been licking too many stamps. No, you're right. I have to prove that the poison was stamped.
Yeah, it was a tiny frame.
Might as well take the hit. I have to prove that it was poison, not the fact that the stamp existed. Yeah, sure. Office manager for a bunch of supervisors. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Ah, neat. Fulfillment technician.
There you go. Thank you.
That's the one.
Fulfillment technician. But yeah, no, I mean, like, yeah, I was going. Funny story. I probably mentioned this once or a couple times, but I was supposed to go to. I was applying for a job at Riot in Santa Monica, for a assistant producer position, and yeah, I was hoping to kind of get it. I wanted to get it, but I wasn't sure. It would require me and Joyce to literally shotgun winning and then move down, all within like maybe a month or so. The money would have been amazing, but thankfully maybe we didn't take it because of the situation that's happening down there. So, and seeing as it's not getting any better, I feel like a little bit better about the decision. Let's see here. Well, that certainly is a cute little frame. And by little, I mean real little. It was on the victim's desk, Your Honor. Quite empty, as you can see for yourself. I noticed that too during my inspection, so that. Apparently you weren't as observant as you should have been. You see, when you saw this frame, it was missing something quite important. Missing something? Yes, a pale bluish stain on the inside of the frame. An atroquinine residue. What? Why wasn't I told about this? The frame is only 2 inches square. The face of the frame is even smaller. Maybe an inch wide at most? Go on, say. Oh, but I am. Tell me, what fits in such a small frame? A commemorative stamp, perhaps? Order, order! The poison stamp was in this frame? Shh. Impossible! Prosecutor Gavin, why would he put something like that on his desk? Don't tell me he had it there so he could commit suicide. It's a mood struck. Can I say something? I had a thought, see? What, Mr. Brushel? And please stop jittering around and pinching your nipples like that.
Not sure
The
if
victim was a
position pays
forger, right?
enough. Sorry, not sure if the position pays enough. in
Yeah.
after conversions.
The problem is that a lot of those positions in Vancouver, depending on where you are, you're not paying near enough for living. It's very much like Tokyo prices, where it's like $2,000 for everything you need for like 1 bedroom, 1 living room / kitchen, and like bathroom. Was it bathroom, 1 living room?
Yeah, our friends are
kitchen?
paying like $1,500 for like a small
CAD.
small basin.
Yeah, but if you have an executive position, I guess the benefits might help outweigh the issues, but I don't know. I take flat money any day. At my age, maybe not so much. The worst title I've come across is a bakery artisan and sanitarian, and it was a Meyer bakery clerk. It was a bakery clerk for a cleaning shift. Yeah, okay.
Oh, good God.
The victim was a forger, right? There's a lot of money in that line of work. Forger forges friends, makes enemies too. End quote. So the poison stamp might have been a murder weapon aimed at him. Rock in half.
Goosh answered it.
Oh, Rich. Oh, Reich. That's Reich. That's Rich. Leave the ridiculous flights of fancy to the Gavinier song lyrics, please. Finally, something we agree on. The stamp was a murder weapon? Nonsense. Murder is a simple business. Who would go to such lengths? No one. You would be surprised.
Wow, you will be surprised.
Oh, I
boy.
disagree. Come again? Recall, if you would, the victim's reclusive lifestyle. Drew Measham hid from the world. He avoided meetings. His only contact with the outside world was the mail.
The mail.
Now, if you wanted to kill someone you couldn't meet, but if you wanted to kill someone you couldn't meet, but you knew red letters, a stamp would be the perfect weapon. Ridiculous. There's your proof. I want proof. Show us evidence this poison stamp was sent to him as a murder weapon.
That's where you pull out your red.
Yeah, I might not have evidence per se, but things are finally starting to come together.
What is Apollo?
What is Apollo? Oh,
What is Apollo? Your fists are trembling.
I think I know what happened. I don't believe it, but I can see it. I think I know how Mr. Measham was killed.
Well, fill us in, Mr. Justice.
A certain piece of evidence points to the truth, Your Honor. I can show you how someone with the intent to kill sent Mr. Measham a stamp of death. My attorney's badge! No,
It's the
Red envelope.
Are you moving to Canada? I am in Canada, friend. I am very Canadian. Yes, multi-Canada. We are a very Canadian-oriented group of people. I am the one who wants to move to Canada. It's a nice place, and hey, you get the benefits are nice. Healthcare. People who actually care about wearing masks for the most part.
Lower numbers of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I am Canada adjacent.
Canada adjacent.
Yep.
Whereabouts are you from, Brendo? Isn't this the envelope? The one from 7 years
Are
ago.
you also West Coast Seattle? I mean,
about
you
the-
recognize Gilgamesh.
Yes, yes.
Think about the text of the letter again.
Sakura go ikimasu.
Ikimasu.
Oh, Detroit.
All right. Technically, yeah, you're
That one-
East Coast adjacent, sure.
Yeah, that
like
also
across the
works.
water, right?
Also, that means, damn, it's late for you, buddy.
Yeah, hello. Like almost 1 a.m. More than that. Wrong tag. Sorry.
There are 2 pages in the envelope. This is page 1. And this is page 2. And this is page 3. And this is page 4. I want to draw your attention to one phrase in particular.
2:30.
Send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. The enclosed stamp, Your Honor.
I see. In other words, if I had this straight, the stamp, poison, on the stamp, lick, lick, gasp.
That is a terrible quote.
Now, what if he had done exactly what the letter asked?
He would sign the document, put it in the envelope, and put the stamp on it, right? Then he would put it in his letterbox.
15 minutes wouldn't have elapsed between affixing the stamp and mailing the letter. But the clock started ticking, and when the time came, he drew his last breath. And the murder weapon would be taken away from the scene.
Quite conveniently, thanks to the postal system. Rabble, rabble in the car, rabble, rabble, rabble. Rock, 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 rock. Thank you, Gavin.
Such a splendid imagination you have, fair forehead. Let me confirm one thing with you, if I might. So, if the poison stamp was inside this envelope from 7 years ago, yeah? Is that what you have us believe, really? Well...
It is a bit of a stretch, but there is a possibility.
Yes, a very small possibility. How small, I wonder? A poison stamp in this envelope? A stamp that then became the murder weapon? How do you intend to prove this seeming coincidence?
Well,
It was 7 years ago, and we don't even know who sent that letter. And your answer is silence. I see. Very well. I move to... Oh, is this no fucking way? It's not nice to pick on Fraulein, Clavier. Holy motherfucking shit! Oh my god. Oh god, I panicked. Oh my god. What? Jesus Christ. I had a heart attack. Oh my god. Let's see. Canada is big. Half-Life 3 confirmed. Yeah. No, Canada is the third largest landmass. Country. Third largest country. Not landmass.
Oh, right, yes. Sorry.
You could always negotiate the salary. That's true, yeah. Cost of living, 60 to 100K is chicken feed on the West Coast due to high cost of living.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not as big as Texas. No, Canada is bigger than Texas. Yeah,
Canada's fucking bigger.
Yeah, Canada's bigger than Texas. The difference between Canada and the States is that we're more concentrated in we're a lot less people, but concentrated in smaller points. So, Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, those are the big high concentration points.
We're all lined up against the 49th parallel, because any higher and it gets fucking cold.
Yeah. I thought he spawned a clone. Yeah, he did a shadow jitsu. Tell that to the Texans, they'll fight you. I mean, actually, I have to double check. Is the U.S. compared to Canada bigger?
Oh.
Well, no, it's not. No, that's not true. I keep thinking that
you can fit all of Texas population, all of Canada population into California. Like California.
Yeah.
But we have like nothing in terms of
it's big. Everything's bigger in Texas. Yeah, I know the funny. Okay, you tell me what is the state motto for Texas? Tell me right now, and I will come back to you. Texas is huge and actually like the size of Australia. Yeah. Oh no, it's big. I'm not saying it's not big, but it's big. But in terms of size, Canada is the largest country. Yeah. It then goes Russia and then Antarctica in terms of continents. Texans, our state is bigger than your country. Alaska enters the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
But no, that's not the Texan motto. Everything's bigger in Texas. That's not it. Oh, Emma.
Well, looks like my Christoph. Oh, Jesus. Looks like my Christoph Gavin impression. Like my Christoph Gavin impression? Did I sound like him?
Don't quit your day job. Don't you have a crime scene to be looking after, Fraulein Detective?
Someone had to come and dig you out of the mess you're making of this case.
Everything's bigger is actually their state motto. It's not.
Well, I mean, did you actually look that up and verify, or?
I mean, like, double check for me right now. I could be wrong. Official state motto for Texas. I'm pretty sure it's not, your state, New York is ever upward, sure. Is it like Baltimore, or is it North Carolina? It's like live free or die or something? Or New Hampshire, something like that. Yeah, no, that's right.
Fuck it!
Vancouver, for Vancouver, what is Vancouver's? Vancouver's catchphrase, I don't know if it's our motto, it's, supernatural.
Supernatural.
Super.natural.
BC, yeah.
I was born in Texas. Texas is consider that to be the state motto. It's not their official state motto. It is not.
It's not the official state motto.
A mess.
You know, none of this would happen if you just trusted science a little bit more. You can find out if that stamp was in the envelope. Easy.
Right, we need to just powder it. Yeah, spritz it. Care to explain yourself, Fraulein Detective? I don't care what Texans would consider it to be. What it actually is, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, there it is.
Where is it? Yeah, their next motto is literally friendship, right? It is completely 180 degrees off brand. Don't tread on me. Everything is bigger in Texas. Go fuck your mom, right? Like,
the name Texas originates from a Native American Caddo word, Texas, meaning friends or allies.
For Texas government, it's irrelevant. Nothing but state laws really matter. I don't think I've ever seen the COA or the state motto anywhere in all my life living in New York. Just thought, you know, it's Excelsior. Yeah, right? No one really knows their state's motto. It doesn't really like, it's not really top of people's mind, right? Anyway, I'm sorry. But yeah, no, Texas's state motto is friendship.
State symbol USA.org. Look that up.
Like the government's official state motto, right? Yeah. What do they know?
Glare at me all you want, but science is on my side. It's all in the residue, all right?
Oh, that's right! The poison detection spray. Produce the red envelope at once. You can open it on the authority of the court. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Time to do a little. There you go.
Oh dang!
It's Aquarius. What? Really? Come on.
Michigan.
I don't think that's true. I think you're lying to me. I had to memorize that so many times in middle school. Really? What is it? Like Tennessee is commerce and agriculture or something? It's not even a state motto. There's no action. Well, would you look at that?
No mistaking it. That's atroquinine residue.
Rabble, 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 rabble. If you seek a pleasant peninsula, look around you. Ah, okay.
I don't believe it. The murder weapon from the past. Now 7 years later, it bears its fangs at last.
Absolutely outrageous. Tell me why.
Tell me why.
Biden's murder take place 7 years ago. Well,
There's one possibility. Maybe Mr. Measham figured it out.
Figured what out?
He realized that the person who sent that letter wanted him dead. So he sent his reply with a different stamp.
And put his decisive evidence in a frame.
what the? Who the? Oh, Brushall! Can I make a statement here on the record? I, Spark, Razor-Tooth Brushall, claim this scoop is mine! Oh, fuck off, man. Drew Measham killed in cold blood. By sender of 7-year-old letter. End quote. No, maybe something was succinct. Something was succinct. Star falls after 7-year delay. End quote. Oh, God.
I hate when his eyes just get big. I hate Mish. I know.
I hope we never see him
God.
again.
Order, order, order. I see no room for further argument here. Though I admit this is all coming as quite a shock. To think that the murder weapon reached his mouth after 7 years? Stamp is a ticket straight to afterlife. End quote.
Uh-oh, I think the witness is a bad influence on our judge.
Good lord. Bad influences is right.
I see no need for further debate on this matter. The sender of that letter 7 years ago could hardly have been our defendant.
Apollo?
We win?
I think we just won.
Very well, this court finds the defendant.
Oh, fuck off. This couldn't be an easy one, right?
It came from Phoenix. Of course it's not easy.
Is this the bright future of our legal system?
Oops, sorry.
Prosecutor Gavin?
A ticket to the afterlife from 7 years ago. Tickets for Gavin's shows are invalid after 2 weeks.
Well, it doesn't make any sense any other way.
It boggles my mind that so many people haven't noticed this. There's a fatal contradiction in a forehead's claim. Oh shit. Well, turnabout. A contradiction? A poison stamp was placed in this envelope 7 years ago, whereupon it was framed until now. If that's the case, then why would Drew Measham have done what he did? Emma explained that. He must have realized it was poisoned.
And then forgot? And then kept it?
Therein lies the rub. 7 years ago, the forger Drew Measham sends the trap and puts the stamp in the frame. I do not debate this, but this begs the question. Why 7 years later did he use the stamp on the night of the murder? Surely you don't mean to suggest that Mr. Measham simply forgot. He put the murder weapon in a frame on his desk for 7 years and forgot? You expect us to believe he sprang the trap on himself?
I still think the highlight of this game is, in terms of character design, is Trucy and Mr.
Oh,
Hat.
the reveal of Mr. Hat.
Chunk, chunk.
And then he like threatens to like stab so she can delay the court so that they
was
can gather
great.
more time for evidence. Yeah. That was hilarious. Well, I admit this is all quite shocking myself. It does seem highly unlikely that he would fall afoul of a trap. that had been sitting on his desk for 7 years.
Apollo!
I don't think we're winning anymore. I'm glad to see we're all back in the real world now. Welcome back to reality. We've been waiting for you. Okay, then how do you explain the poison stamp that was in this envelope? The poison stamp? Where exactly is this poison stamp again? Have you brought it to court for us? I see no proof that such a thing ever existed. What about the actual quinine residue then, huh? Oh, I agree. That does seem to be actual quinine residue. But Herr Forehead, it's certainly no stamp. Yeah, but even if your precious poison stamp did exist, Drew Meacham never would have used it. That is all. Oh.
Oh, dang.
Hi, shit, dude.
Oh, no.
I believe we've come to a conclusion again.
Apollo! Were we wrong the whole time?
I can't believe it. The poison traces match up. It can't be coincidence. I'd like to bring some closure to this issue sometime this year. Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor. Let's review the facts and see where we stand. 7 years ago, Drew Meacham received a red envelope where the traces of the poison atroquinine on the document inside that where there were traces of the poison atroquinine on the document inside that envelope. A similar trace was also found at the crime scene on this tiny picture frame. The defense has indicated the possibility of a yellow envelope. An envelope that left the scene of the crime with a poison stamp on it. Yes, but even if this envelope contained a poison stamp, Mr. Drew Meacham, knowing this, put it in a frame. He never would have used that stamp. I'm afraid you're right, which means there is a fatal flaw in the defense's case. I haven't been on the wrong track this whole time. I'm sure of it. The traces of actual quinine, the envelope, the frame, and Drew Meacham's mysterious death. They're all connected somehow. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have a conclusion for us? The defense stands by its case, Your Honor. We've seen that the logical outcome of the evidence makes no sense, which means that one of our clues must be a fake. A fake clue? Fascinating. And if we find this fake, your wild fantasies will prove quite reasonable, yeah. The fake clue that's thrown us off the poison's trail is none other than maybe
Drew.
Meacham. Yeah. No one was targeting Drew Meacham, I think.
He didn't know it was.
Yeah, because if he knew he was being So Drew, I'm pretty sure it's Drew.
Yeah.
The victim was a fake clue? I'm afraid I don't understand. I'll explain. We have an envelope, a frame, and a mug linked by poison. That all makes sense. What doesn't make sense is the victim himself. Objection! Congratulations, you've completely lost me. So the fake evidence is none other than the master of fakes himself? The forger? Makes a good story, I'll give you that. Fake clue, fakes, forgeries. Oh!
I know that face. That's the I just had an idea face.
I'm sorry, just bring it up on the chat really quick. Hello. Florida state motto should be Louisiana, but we're more likely to kill you with a squirrel. Louisiana. The pride stickers are really cute. Louisiana's motto should be "Ain't got nothing but bayou and lobies." Chill.
Floridians are actually pretty respectful of animals, unlike Louisiana, where they will literally eat anything. These idiots will eat bullfrogs. Why would you kill the thing that eats a mosquito?
I never said they weren't. I just said that you're most likely to get murdered by a squirrel in Florida. That's true. Yeah, that makes sense. God, you're more likely to get killed by someone coughing on you in Florida, apparently, because their COVID numbers are fucking spiking. Like, oh my God, I've never seen something so crazy happen. Anyway, I digress.
Lord.
I don't know if I'm right, but I'm going with it anyway. What if our forger is the fake?
Come again?
7 years ago, our forger stiffed a trap and stepped aside. 7 years passed. Now the forger stumbles onto that very same trap and dies. Why?
10,001 day.
That's what I want to know.
Because the forger who was killed was a fake.
What?
Have ya again. The victim was a fake? One forger smelled the trap. One forger fell into the trap. That's 2 forgers, and one of them was a fake.
Oh,
I get what
who's the
this
real
is
target?
going.
Oh, the real target. I know who the real target is. Order!
So you're telling us that Drew Misham, the victim, was a fake? Well, if he was a fake, then who is the real forger?
You better not be claiming there was some kind of switcheroo. I'm afraid you're going to have to back up your story. Mr. Justice, just show us who was the real Drew Misham. Just show us who the real Drew Misham was.
If Drew Misham wasn't the real forger, then only one other person it could have been. Understood, Your Honor. Forger Drew Misham was himself a forgery. The real forger was Vera.
She is the real forger. It's only the two
She's
people
the real
in the
talent.
house. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a savant, I think, maybe. We're Floridians, we have barbecues during hurricanes, and we're not afraid of gators and cat
Category
5
five.
hurricanes. If you think petty pandemic is going to scare us, I can tell that by the what's it called, the Floridian city hall meetings. You guys are something else. It's a real something else.
There can only be one explanation, really. The real identity of the forger, known as Drew Misham, is none other than his only daughter, Vera Misham.
I'm surprised she didn't get a highlight. Order! Mr. Justice, this is going out on a limb even for you.
I can't agree. I mean, Vera, a forger?
Let's consider it before you write it off entirely. If you look at the paintings in the studio, one fact becomes quite clear. Forgery has been taking place in that studio for quite some time. The forger wasn't caught in that trap 7 years ago. This can only mean that the one who was caught in the trap wasn't the forger.
Well, actually, that does make a certain kind of sense.
One more thing. If 2 sets of fingerprints were found on the forger's studio, Drew Misham's and Vera Misham's. If we know that Drew Misham wasn't the forger, that leaves only one possibility by process of elimination. The forger was Vera Misham. Well,
Fascinating. Oh, but he agrees. Vera Misha. You've been paying attention to the trial so far?
let's just ask her and be undone with it, shall we? Who are you? Who is the forger Drew Misham?
Oh. She gonna pass out?
Was that an expression of emotion I saw on her face? She's staring holes into Prosecutor Gavin's face.
She recognizes him. Maybe? I'm used to being stared at by Frauleins, believe me. Though they usually talk to me too. Tell us, were you the one who forged those works of art? Let's see here. If that logic is that if the victim could see a trap 7 years ago, how he would fall for it later, he should have been able to see it again. Yeah, so he would never have fallen into a trap he'd already known was a trap. So the situation here is that if he knew it and he knew it, we have to explain why he would trap himself again. Why would he fall into a trap he knew about and had framed on his desk for 7 years? The next possibility, if that isn't true and we can't prove that, then the second possibility is that he wasn't the one who
figured
it out, the trap. Instead, he tripped it by accident. He tripped it by being ignorant of the fact. So, yeah, weird. It makes sense.
The wording is purposefully confusing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Tell us, were you the ones who forged those works of art? Yeah.
Yes.
So
never thought that Drew Misha was you.
Yes, it wasn't me.
Oh, it's a crying face.
Uh-huh.
Aw.
What? Rabble in the court.
Rabble in the court.
It was like all that effort to draw something.
Yeah.
The court was in an uproar, and it wasn't coming down. We had to break for a 10-minute recess.
Oh. 10-minute reset. This is still first day, isn't it?
Yep, still first day.
So we guess we gotta talk to Vera about it.
Yeah, you'll finally get to talk to Vera about it.
So that's it. That's it for Investigation 1, Trial 1 of the last last chapter in Apollo Justice. So thank you so much for joining us today. All those new people, Dark Dashing, welcome to here to the squad. Shiloh May, hello.
Thanks for joining in,
Taldo's Maps, hello. Welcome everybody again. We're the Daring Players Squad. We're 5 people who play video games. Actually, we try to play games every day of the week. Tomorrow is Sunday, which is a team stream day. So all of us hopefully will be available to play a game together, and you can all meet us, chat with us, and we talk about things that are coming up, and we talk to you about things that you want to see in the future. We are working on emotes. We are working on merchandise now that you've all been asking for it. So stickers, that's probably the primary thing right now. Hello, I've been watching you the other day, but I finally was able to get a Saturday night set up and watch. I'm glad because Ace Attorney Justice is my favorite. I'm glad you enjoy it. This is one of the ones I didn't play as often as I used to. If you want more Ace Attorney stuff, we got plenty on our YouTube. So feel free to do so. Remember to follow us on our channel. Subscribe if you really like us. Hit us up on our socials, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and our Discord. We got plenty of stuff there for you to kind of chat in with everybody else. Yeah, so again, digressing, we're going back to, we're trying to figure out...
DPS links.
Thank you, right,
Thanks,
DPS link.
James.
Thank you, James, with the save. We can go, we're looking into products to sell. Something on the cheap side, we don't have a lot of people, I throw that in quotation marks, but a lot of you have shown interest in buying some simple stuff like stickers. Maybe stickers that might look like this, who knows? This is actually not in, we're not actually selling these. This was made by one of the followers and sent to us, Groknar. So it's just my old avatar, I guess, from the channel.
Keychains, maybe.
On the channel, maybe keychains, maybe.
Joined us after we raided Lady Dame for Arcade Spirits.
Arcade Spirits. Oh, sure,
Yes.
cool. Yeah. Speaking of raids, we should probably look for one.
Sure.
Can you look one up really quick?
My computer died.
Oh, your computer died.
My computer died.
Dead computers are no good.
My
Let me
computer
just
died.
put in this.
I am the slut for keychains.
Yeah, I mean, we can look for it. Everyone likes. I mean, we'll see if we can redesign our logo to be a little bit more colorful instead of that black, white, and RGB. We'll figure something out.
It's colorful enough for us to tell that we're online.
Yeah.
Because I know that a lot of people, like, when they look into their side panel, are like, oh, who can I raid? Who's online? And if their logo is too monotone,
Yeah, it's hard
It's
to
like-
notice. And that's fine. I just want to make sure for a keychain that's different, right?
this is true.
I'm going to see who else is playing Ace Attorney right now.
Ace Attorney.
Ace Attorney HD
Ace
Retros.
Attorney.
And we'll see if we can pop in. Yeah, a few people are playing Ace Attorney. I'm going to do a double check to see anybody making Apollo Justice. Is anyone playing Apollo Justice today? There are one other person playing Apollo Justice called One Snack on Miss Autobot City. Let's see what she's all about. If she does voice dubs, usually 90% of the time we raid them. Because we are a big fan of the voice dubs.
The desktop audio is going to
Yeah, I'm just going
be
to...
picked up.
Yeah.
So,
We're gonna wait for this.
Also, good idea to check if they're still playing.
Yeah, because we have
Cause
a bad
always-
habit of rating people because we're on the West Coast, and then like all the West Coast people tend to stop playing after a certain
At
time.
the same time.
Yeah, you collect pins. We'll think about pins too. It's just that we want to kind of like think about pins that y'all will want instead of just throwing some pins out there and hoping you buy them. And I mean, we'd love the support, but we want to make sure you have good products. Like I want to make sure you have a good product. Yeah.
Would anyone care to explain why?
Yes,
Done.
that voice dub. Done. We're rating it. So for those of you who are subscribed, we have a special raid bear.
You're in the wrong.
Yeah, we have a special raid bear. Remember to use that. Say hello on behalf of the Daring Player Squad and be nice. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow. My name's Rashi.
I'm Joyce.
And we will see you next time. Let me hit that /raid. Is it?
You can do it in here.
I think you can do it here. Yeah.
Actually, no. Go into the chat bot in the back. Yes.
This one?
Yes, one. This one. Slash raid.
All right, we will see you
And then-
very, very soon.
and then
Again,
You may want to, yeah. Check. But
verify.
do.
Did the raid not go through?
Did it?
Did it not go through?
I don't know. Did it
Let's
work?
Double check.
Did it not work?
I cannot raid this chat.
Oh,
no, raid's
no!
allowed. Right, this is the person that doesn't allow
Oh
raiding.
no!
Very unfortunate. Let me just double check on this side here.
No, they
have raids
turned off
disabled.
raiding.
That's unfortunate for
Oh
them.
no!
That is very unfortunate for them. That means we're just gonna have to go fall back on Ace Attorney really quick. Boop, 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 Ace Attorney. It's very unfortunate. I heard bad voice people who do subs over their stuff. I just love it. Let's see here. Who else is here? Kiri-chan, Galaxy Brains, Chill Rainy Day, Section of Backseat Gaming. Let's see here. Bum ba dum bum bum. If anyone has suggestions, throw them out. I'd like to know. Oh, this one's in Spanish, unfortunate. Espanol. No can
We've
do.
seen that last case a lot of times.
Yeah.
I mean, not a bad thing to.
Which one is it that we look for next? One or which one did you hear? Oh, this one's trying to hit affiliate, so maybe we can throw a like to this guy so he can hit affiliate status.
Yeah.
Well, this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice. He has a point. Hang on, let me go pee real quick.
Oh, I was gonna go pee really quick. Oh, ironic. He's
Oh
gonna go
God.
to the washroom really quick. We're gonna come back. We're gonna raid him as soon as he comes back. So I'm just gonna put that in
Wrong.
put them in the pipe right now, and we will raid this mother right after. Anyway, yeah, let us know. Let's just know what you want. Here,
back
put
to
that here.
Here, and then we're just gonna. Good thing we checked, because we
Yeah.
could have possibly.
Okay, so we want pins, like a stream avatars instead of pins. Yeah, that could work. Your redouble works well.
Yeah.
Slap for keychains. Right.
The stream elements also does basically
Yeah.
the same thing, same idea as Redbubble,
Mhm.
where it's like print as you go kind of
Mhm.
merchandise.
Here we're gonna wait for him to come back. I missed the jewelry studio. I would like to logo. I could make a logo and enamel and make a bitchin' ring. I mean, yeah, send us proofs. We'd love to see it. I mean, if anything, I'd like just to have it. Like again, like this.
You
thing,
did jewelry
this
before?
is-
That's
this-
cool.
This is like one of a kind, right? So, and like, there's nothing else like it. And I've been trying my best to keep care of it. But you can see where the water has been getting to leak into the sticker a little bit. But I love it regardless. It's mine. It's mine. It's bespoke to be.
All right, let's do this raid. Ooh, we do metalsmith.
All right, here we're going. We're going for a raid. Again, thank you so much. We will see you next time. Remember to use your raid bears and you say hello on behalf of the Daring Player Squad. Represent. Hit him with a follow. He's trying to hit affiliate, and by doing so, he can become a more prominent streamer. I love you. Goodbye.
Do you have an explanation?
See you
for the court?
tomorrow.
Nah,